and to complain to about.
Van 2.
1. Having the time of his life. So I just wanted to get my feelings out there to somebody, and I'm hoping at least an intern was able to hear that voicemail. That's my goal. At least one person listened to it.
Well, as long as you vent to a voicemail and not ruin somebody's day by screaming at someone who had nothing to do with it.
Or do it in a spot where you actually suffer ramifications for losing your crap in that one moment. You know what I mean? Those things can live forever now on social media.
At the end of the day, it is just sports and entertainment.
Agree. And if Roger Goodell happened to answer the phone, I assume I would have handled that a little differently than just talking on a voicemail. So
Hi, Raj. It's Plausible.
Doug, you wanted to load up the phone lines with Cardinal trivia? Well, then why don't we do it, Jack?
Clear them.
Lord.
855 Cub Talk.
Clear the lines, clear the lines, clear the lines!
There it is. We're giving away a couple of tickets to the Cardinals game on May 24th. It's Marcelo Zuna bobblehead night. And 855 Cub Talk Jennings gets you through, and it's a rat-a-tat-tat style delivery. Doug is demanding on it.
Yeah.
Rat-a-tat-tat.
It has to be quick, and I'm even suggesting we have more than one question. So
Can't do it.
You don't have time to look. As soon as the first guy answers or tries to answer the question, if he misses, the second guy can Google it.
All right, it's time for the Cardinal trivia. Doug, you want Bradley, Jeff, or Seth, or you want them all at the same time?
Maybe we should clear the lines.
No. We're not doing it.
Pull up Seth.
All right, you got it.
All right.
Seth, good morning.
This is Scott.
Perfect. What Cardinal had over 3,000 hits and over 900 stolen bases?
Lou Brock.
There it is, Doug.
Good Lord.
Brought the heat right there.
That was
Scott, Seth, congratulations.
Well,
Who else would have had the stolen bases?
I guess it would have taken
Who else could have possibly
it was a
been?
rather easy
it wasn't the
question.
toughest question. You are really overstating your
Ozzy was
pound.
fired up.
That drop, Seth.
Seth, Scott, congratulations. We'll put you on hold so Pete can tell you to come to the station and pick up your ticket.
Make sure he gets your name right.
We give tickets away really easy.
Who had 3,000 hits and 900 stolen bases?
Who wore number 6 and his last name was Musial?
Go.
Well, these need to be tougher. These need to be really tough. We're giving away tickets. These are expensive tickets.
Are you going to get that Ozuna bobblehead?
Yeah, I won't.
Well, sure.
It'll go to charity. I won't.
No, I know you won't, but I mean, will you get it for charity?
I go every Sunday. Home games.
Every single one.
Just Sundays now.
Do they save the Friday giveaway for you?
Yeah, they save the Friday and Saturday for me, so I just have to go on Sunday.
Oh, well, that's an inconvenience, though, probably, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You go for 2 innings until they give out the gift and then go home?
Pretty much, yeah. Unless I'm in the middle of a pretzel or something. Finish it.
Do any of the other media members say anything? Or
No, they don't.
How did you even get a credential?
There's only about 8 up there.
How do you get a credential for
Had a
that?
credential forever.
But don't you have to cover the team to get a credential?
That's a show here.
He's a producer of an award-winning radio presentation.
If there's somebody in town I want to talk to, I'll go in there and grab a few minutes.
When was the last time that happened?
Clayton Kershaw.
Really? You talked with Kershaw?
How long ago?
When they were in town last year. We talked about his foundation.
Oh, did you?
That'll always get you the interview if you want to talk about it.
Foundation, go that route.
Yeah.
No, we did. We talked about his whole foundation and what he does overseas with.
Did you talk about his experiences in St. Louis in 2013?
I didn't really. I think the last couple minutes we talked baseball, but we dealt mostly with his foundation.
Did you air the interview at all?
I sent it to somebody. I don't know if they played
Where
it.
did you send it to?
It is last year, Doug. He
does a website.
Stop.
Okay.
Ready to step your game up to the next level? 5P Academy is the place for any high-level 8 to 18-year-old football player. Based in O'Fallon, Missouri, we have national travel, 7-on-7, and flag football teams with professional coaches. Pre-registration for our 2025 season tryouts in November is open now. Come be a part of the championship-winning 5P family. For more details, email info@5pacademy.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
This is Eric Conley, the founder of Illinois Recovery Center. At Illinois Recovery Center, our substance abuse treatment goes beyond mere recovery. It's about reclaiming lives filled with purpose, joy, and connection. Our dedicated facility is more than just a place of healing. It's a beacon of hope for individuals seeking to reintegrate into society and thrive in their work, family, and community roles. Our team is ready to help. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Looking for the perfect spot for your next private event? Whether it's a baby shower, bridal shower, birthday party, or business meeting, Rosalita's has you covered. Enjoy the vibrant atmosphere in one of Rosalita's 2 exclusive private rooms with a customized menu that is perfect for your upcoming event. And if you're planning a date night, don't miss the lively mariachi nights every Friday and Saturday. Plus, Rosalita's gift cards make the perfect gift for any occasion. Come celebrate at Rosalita's, where every event is a fiesta. Learn more at Rosalita'sCantina.com.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
Whether it's pro or college, the app to bet football is Circa Sports Illinois. Circa Sports, it's sports betting the way it should be. Circa Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service. Bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Spreads, props, futures, or in-game, Circa Sports has it. Fund and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge, newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood, or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We are seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
This is the one.
Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lottman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority. Bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflottman.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Introducing the first ever TMA Banty Brew, a 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and coriander and an image of all 4 TMA boys across the front. The Banty Brew, a refreshing ale made with white wheat, ground coriander, and fresh whole oranges. Head to any Salt and Smoke location today to try the TMA Banty Brew. Must be 21 or older to consume or purchase. See the can at tmastl.com and find a participating location to try it for yourself. Brought to you by Charlottesville Brewery and Winery in St. Genevieve, Show Me Beverages, and Salt and Smoke. Find out more at tmastl.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, and Action Jack.
7:07 in St. Louis. You are listening to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Welcome to the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota. 7 o'clock hour. Get involved on the program. 636-9004 TMA. Collier and Thompson phone lines. Text in to the Schaefer Door Company text inbox 314-881 TMA5 and email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. Doug, it is September, and there is a chill in the air as fall time is here.
Well, the worm has turned. It does appear the worm has turned. Nice. Beautiful weather now. I've long contended September's the best month of weather we get.
That's one of your most popular takes.
Yeah, it's a hot take. It's a good take. It's a strong take. It's my take, and I'm going to hang with it. The weather is usually gorgeous in September, and here we are now. I think we're going to get one more day in the mid-90s later this week.
Is that right?
But other than that, it looks glorious.
You said it, and then you said, "Is that right?"
Yeah.
And then
I kind of crowdsourced, but that's kind
of a hot take for the morning.
Kind of what I heard.
I see 89. I mean, listen,
Okay.
I don't have all the information, but I see. I know you're looking forward to the game against Buffalo on Saturday. High of 72.
Perfect.
I'm going to bring a
Low
quarter
of 53 on Sunday. Low of 48. The hell's going on out here?
It's only 57 now.
What's going on out here?
It was
There's a chill
100
in the
degrees.
air.
About 2 days ago, it was 100 degrees.
Tiger fans are going to have to bring a shawl.
Oh.
And you are going.
You better
and
believe
you've got bottle service at my house?
That's right. Yep. 26 years old. Bottle service.
Do you prepay for that? Or?
Oh, yeah.
You do? Mm-hmm. You give them a credit card right up front and just say run whatever?
Cash.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Also
small-
Hard University.
Couple hundred?
Small bills.
Couple hundred?
Yeah, whatever the cost.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. I'm sure for the Buffalo game, there's like a surcharge.
Oh, I would think
Full
so.
charge.
Anytime you play someone from upstate New York. Wait till Niagara gets here.
Hey, the Northeast is hot.
Chairman Kurtz says test 1, 2, London, Mayday, Mayday. Was something wrong with the YouTube?
We had something wrong with the computer in the back booth. It's still persistent.
Doug, what's going on?
I
know
don't know.
There's something about radio equipment in particular, technology, that if you let it lay dormant for about 72 hours,
it's not a living organism.
Troubles just shoot out left and right. So this
Really?
morning has been a big troubleshooting Tuesday. We'll be all right.
Mr. Lick says, NFL, here we come. That's the Mound City Capital Partners. What does that mean?
Starts this week.
I understand that, but I mean, he's more of an acquisitions guy. So I guess he's getting a team. That's great.
Perhaps, I guess.
He wouldn't put it in St. Louis. He'd probably put it in, I guess Palm Beach would get a team.
One of those private equity firms hop into the NFL.
How many cities, I'm crowdsourcing here again now, every time I ask one of my questions, I feel that way. How many cities would get an NFL team before we would at this point? There's got to be.
Jackson says 5, 6.
6? Well, that hurts.
Probably more.
So it almost feels like we're not going to get one.
Unlikely, unless they promote the Battlehawks.
I don't think they're going to get promoted.
I do enjoy when that conversation pops up.
Someone thinks that's going to happen?
It's like, oh, what can we do to get involved with this guy? It's money. I mean, there probably isn't much to work with, but just on the off chance somebody really believes that. Mr. Licks, who's giving us his pointers. Private equity investment, Doug, you idiot. They just passed a rule change last week that I'm sure only Tim is aware of.
Oh,
Mr.
gosh.
That was a good clean strike.
Yeah.
Like 1.49 smash factor.
Oh, I'm coming off a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, your wrist is primed.
Rested.
Ledoux would get the team. No pores allowed. That's from Long Ball. So Ledoux would have a team?
They just allowed Ledoux to have lights in the football field, so things are trending in the right direction.
I could see Chesterfield getting a ball club. There's room out there to build a stadium somewhere.
Sure. In the valley.
Yeah.
Good morning, fellas. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your 3-day weekend. I would guess Tim had the best weekend because he is an STL ball striking legend. Doug, did you bronze them nips poolside this past weekend? That's from Mr. 63011. As you know, he has a fast golf cart.
Yes, he does have a good golf cart. I didn't get to the pool, no.
No nipple bronzing?
I got to Ted Drew's.
Oh, nice.
Last night.
What'd you get?
Strawberry concrete. I did not ever order a sundae.
That's the right way to order it.
I ordered a strawberry concrete. Please.
Perfect night for it.
It was wonderful.
An idyllic evening last night.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
I agree
Gorgeous.
with you.
Yeah. Okay, it was nice. It was great. I said it. It was a nice night. It was a great concrete.
Yeah, I did have a great weekend, though. Thank you, Mr. 63011, for asking. Jackson, what'd you do?
I had a great weekend. Just enjoyed the nice weather. Hung out.
What did you do?
I don't know.
I mean, can we get like something more specific?
I didn't go out and like get bottle service. Like you guys, I think.
What'd you do?
I don't live that kind of life. I'm just a humble servant.
Oh.
Give me one thing you did, if you can. God bless America, Doug.
Played some golf.
Where?
Where did I play Sunday?
So it's
Far Oaks, my spot.
Logical.
Played my spot on Sunday, and hung out with my girlfriend.
Did you go dining somewhere?
Did we go down? Yeah, we went to the noodle place right down the road here.
The noodle place.
All you wanted was noodles?
It wasn't like buttered
Not a
noodles.
very sophisticated
Longball says
palate.
Jackson proposed. Is that why you're being so cryptic?
No, you know who did propose, though?
Oatmeal.
Sweet Kai.
Sweet Kai? Mm-hmm. Doug, that we buried the lead.
My boy's getting hitched.
I thought the lead was going to be in the Northeast with Boston College and those Eagles heading to Columbia in 12 days, but the lead is in the Northeast. It's just Sweet Kai.
Yep, my boy's getting married.
He's going to get married in
I don't know
Cape
if
Cod?
I don't know. I got to see his.
Probably not. I don't know what the deal is, but, good for him. That's my guy.
So now there's some pressure on you.
No.
No pressure.
No. Nope. No outside.
I don't see anything from Sweet Kai. He must be still in the euphoria of his engagement.
Yeah, but I had a great weekend. It was lovely.
But he's a kept man, right? He doesn't have to work.
Now he's even in a better spot.
Yeah.
So if/when there was a divorce, he would actually come out in the black.
Yep.
Nice. Good for Sweet Kai.
Yeah, He's a smart guy.
Nice little template.
He's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. No, I didn't do anything titillating. I just enjoyed the wonderful weather.
Did you?
Spent time with people I care about. Pretty good.
Jackson played video games all week, and that's why he's being evasive with his answers. That's from Gary Pinkel's cell phone etiquette.
Whatever answer I give, people will be like, loser.
Yeah.
How dare you have a good time just hanging out? So I don't, whatever. No win situation. I could have gone to Vegas and gone to Tao for 3 straight nights. I would have been called a loser.
Mayor Don says, you mean Kai got proposed to by the alpha in the relationship? That's from Mayor Don.
He's a soy boy?
No.
Jackson played 15 hours of video games but doesn't want to say it. That's from the Hunchback of Von Castle.
This is so lame. I didn't. Maybe I did. I don't know. I just hung out and had a good time and enjoyed myself.
And people are really wearing you down over it.
I don't. What was I supposed to say?
Make something up?
Lie about what I did on the weekend? Okay.
Yeah, if you have to.
I went to Wheelhouse.
Ooh.
3 straight nights.
Whoa.
Got bottles. It was me and 25 ladies.
And Cairo.
That's better.
And lesbianism everywhere. Yep.
Did they trib?
Yep.
Yes! Doug!
Tribbed. Everyone was septums are blown to high heaven.
Septums? Damn near killed them.
It was awesome.
Tim, it was quite a scene in Cape Cod. I was inside of Kai, and he had his ball gag in when he proposed, and he accidentally gave her his rooster ring instead of the engagement ring. What's a rooster ring?
I don't have any idea.
Recovering alcoholic.
It sounds like he's a beta.
Congrats, Kai. A lifelong of pegging is ahead of you. Good for you. That's from Mr. Siders.
Gosh.
What a surprise. I spent 30 minutes last week pointing out what a simp Kai is, and voila, he gets engaged. Kai. Hope it works out. Love you. That's in the Warson Woods Wacko. He is celebrating what he feels like is a victory that sweet Kai got engaged.
Well, if Kai is indeed in Cape Cod, that is north of Manchester.
Yeah.
So you could see why Warson Woods Wacko would approve.
It sounds like Jackson bottomed for Jake Reynolds this weekend with all of this unnecessary positivity spilling from his mouth orifice. That's from glove blogger Tom Traven writing about gloves for the fall season.
Those are serious charges.
Yeah, I brought up some stupid topics.
Well, that's the show.
True.
Trapped Sugar Mama 4L now, suck it losers. That's from Sweet Kai. That's his official statement. Trapped Sugar Mama 4L now, suck it losers.
Interesting sentence. Haven't heard it before. Maybe that's another language.
4L means for life.
Ah!
You don't need to write like that.
Like New World Order.
You don't need to do this.
New World Order for life. That's where Sweet Kai got it.
Yep.
I didn't know he was a big NWO guy.
All right.
You probably did watch wrestling.
Iggy, you do something fancy this weekend?
If I got to think about it, that means no.
Okay.
No, I watched
concerts
golf.
or anything.
No.
Alice Cooper.
No, I was going to go. And
Sammy Hagar.
I had a barbecue, so I gave my tickets away.
Did David Lee Roth show up? I think he did. My buddy sent videos, and I was pretty sure David Lee Roth was up there.
Good thing
I brought that up on Balloon Party, and Jackson wasn't familiar or didn't like Sammy Hagar. All hell broke loose on Balloon Party. Shocking.
So no, I barbecued Sunday. I went to a barbecue Sunday. I barbecued Saturday. Watched a couple Caitlin Clark games. Watched golf. I was live for $50,000 Sunday. In our game, I had Fleetwood. In my game, I switched out Fleetwood for Russell Henley. So at the end of the day, I had 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 9. If Scheffler would have faltered, he looked like he was going to, and he shanked one out of the bunker. If he doesn't win, I win $50,000.
So instead, you won how much?
50.
Well, that's not bad.
I don't know what I won in our game because I had Fleetwood.
Viva la Stroud!
Instead of Henley, but...
Well, 50G would have been nice.
Well, that would have been nice.
Yeah, I was sweating a little bit when I looked at the thing, and Scheffler got his lead knocked down to 2. But Henley made a late charge. At the time, Henley was like 12th. He made it 4th, but...
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of hung out, did nothing. Cleaned the house yesterday.
Iggs, you won $15 in our game.
Look at that, Doug. Profit season around here.
Well, what'd I win?
Nothing.
Oh, no.
There must be a mistake.
No.
People will be billed.
Must be a mistake.
Tom Hogue did nothing for you.
I'm actually getting tired of this one, too. It's not even a good slant, you fat basement-dwelling keyboard warriors, just like the 7-iron from that loser Riesing. Some Dogtown Tie. Doug, I don't know what that meant.
No, I don't
Now, Dogtown Tie is a back-to-back fan page club champion. So from my standpoint, a lot of credibility. I just don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Read it again. Maybe we'll
I'm actually getting tired of this one, too. It's not even a good slant, you fat basement-dwelling keyboard warriors, just like the 7-iron from that loser Riesing.
Yeah, I can't figure that one out. That one hurts to think about.
Shot at somebody. I just don't know who.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Racing took a hit there.
He did. But I don't know. I didn't know that he really played golf.
There is the magic of the clarifying text of the person having to, after the fact,
that is good.
like cover up either someone they took a shot at or not. And I like that.
Yeah.
Fun dynamic.
Yeah, fun times.
That video game slant is on Jackson. That's from Dogtown Tie.
Oh, so he's tired of people. Okay. People can make fun of me all they want. I don't care. Yeah.
I have never commented about Jackson's 7-iron. That's from Todd Riesing. Yeah, I feel like Todd Riesing took
I think he was thinking of Mr. Siders.
Unnecessary shrapnel. Yeah, Mr. Siders is the 7-iron guy.
I'm tired of hearing from 7-iron elitists.
And Tim has really taken his game to another level.
Stop it.
Is there any character? He's on board.
Was he talking about you or some other Tim?
No, he's talking about team.
Was he talking about golf? I appreciate that. It's a lovely sentiment.
It's eliminating.
I saw a stat yesterday after Scheffler won. and this is if you add in inflation, what a dollar would be today. Jack Nicklaus in his career won $5 million. With inflation today, that would have been a career of $28 million in his career. Scotty Scheffler won $62 million this year.
Mm-hmm. And got thrown in jail.
That's amazing.
Had a first kid, won an Olympic gold medal.
Yeah.
Had himself quite a little year.
Kind of a Forrest Gump style year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got to be him.
Well, it would be nice. Would be nice.
Yeah, I think if I could be anybody in the world right now, it'd be Scheffler.
Really?
Yeah.
With his rap sheet?
It's shorter than mine.
Oh. Yeah, he had that fight at Caldwell.
Billy Napier called the UF fans basement dwellers yesterday in his press conference, a group of them anyway. That's from GMO in Orlando. Is that accurate? Jackson, you boys have put together a bunch of college football sound from the weekend.
I would have thought I would have been aware of that. I was going to pull it. I actually had it.
So he really did?
He said, like, we got to work on certain things, not worry about what some guy in his basement in Central Florida is concerned about.
Ooh, he's Central Florida shamed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here, wow. I have the audio. But
Doug, there's a ruckus in the hallway. Chairman, what's going on out there?
Let me take a peek.
Okay.
Boy, there's a ruckus. I think there's a fight.
It's a Tuesday morning kerfluffle.
All I can see is Rafe.
He's probably talking about his weekend where he did a stand-up at 40 Acres, which happens to be a nudist colony.
Oh, he did?
Out in Lawndale.
In Lawndale?
Lawndale.
And where is that exactly?
I think it's out in St. Clair. I've been there a couple times.
Here's the Billy Napier audio. I don't think it's that titillating, but
okay.
Love to.
You got to go to work on the football part, and I think we got to get more. We got to become a more consistent team, and we have to execute better. And if we can focus on those things and not necessarily what some guy in his basement saying in rural Central Florida on social media, then we got a chance to get better, right? So.
That was it.
Gosh.
I didn't think it was.
Not a real inspiring talk. We got to work on the football part? No kidding. What other part would you work on other than the football part? We got to execute better. Really?
This weekend was audio gold.
Sounds like a guy on his way out of town.
It's certainly live. I would tell you that for the record. After this weekend's game, and you're going to the game against Samford. And I didn't say Stanford; I said Samford.
I heard it.
They have A&M in Gainesville, at Mississippi State, at home against Central Florida, at Tennessee, at home against Kentucky, at home against Georgia, at Texas, at home against LSU, at home against Ole Miss, and then they wrap it up at Florida State. The question is, who will be on the sidelines for both schools after Mike Norvell has dropped 2 in a row, losing to Missouri's opponent a week from Saturday, Boston College. Jackson, were you about to click something? It seems like your hand's on the trigger for something.
No, I just always, I always keep that thing
always at the ready?
Yeah, I always keep that thing on me.
Well, Miami put such a tub thumping on Florida.
Tub thumping.
I'm afraid the Hurricanes might leapfrog over the Tigers in the rankings. Think that's possible?
So?
Yeah.
After one week?
Yeah, I don't want anyone.
I think Mizzou will be 10.
The Tigers.
I think Mizzou will be 10.
A lot of teams that were highly ranked really didn't look that good. LSU didn't look that good. Michigan didn't look that good.
I would say Oregon was the one that was on Saturday night. I'm like, Oregon's in a tight game with Idaho in Autzen.
Don't sleep on the Spuds.
And the next thing I know, I think they wound up winning by 10, maybe.
Yeah, 24-14.
24-14 against who the hell was it? Idaho.
Idaho Vandals.
Yeah, beware the Vandals.
Yeah,
that was the one that was stunning, really.
They're ranked like, what, 23rd?
Who?
Oregon?
Third.
Third?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of that was 23rd and had a little trouble?
Who is Iggy thinking of that is 23rd?
Can I have initials?
I don't know. I'm just going through the score.
USC is 23rd. They were victorious against a little debutante.
And he was mad. He pounded the table.
Yeah, you want to take a listen to it?
Yeah.
I guarantee you Jackson has that one. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, you better believe I have that one. Here you go, Doug, right now for you. The holes.
Disappointing when those guys perform and you don't get a victory.
Hell yes.
Hell yes. I mean, and that's what I said to the team. I said, we had some guys played their butts off tonight, and we're sitting here again. We're sitting here again talking about the same things. About not finishing when you have an opponent in a position to put them away. But what we're doing on the sideline is feeling like the game's over. And I'm so angry about it that I got to do something about it. I'm not doing a good enough job as a coach. And I got to coach him better because it's unacceptable for us not to have found a way to win this football game. It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Yeah. I would suggest he work on the football side.
Nice.
That's what I learned from Napier. We got to work on the football side.
And this isn't the shot, Iggy, but like in case like maybe the Culpepper story gets told again, like having this drop.
We're sitting here again talking about the same things.
Yeah. There's a lot of comedic value.
Well, you got that. You got that in the holster now.
Yeah, once I heard him slam the tabletop.
You can use that almost every day.
Yeah. So Brian Kelly remains the funniest human being in college football, and everything he does makes me giggle. Honestly,
unintentionally funny.
The SEC and a coach of an SEC football team is inherently funny. There's something inherently funny about coaching football in the SEC. And
Well, the
Brian
cult
Kelly-
of personality that is associated with these guys who, you know, in many cases, otherwise, it's kind of like being in local television. Otherwise, you would have no marketable job skills, but they become deified by a group oftentimes of people who didn't even go to the university. And then if they lose a game, they immediately become villainized. Like Mike Norvell at this time 9 months ago was a god amongst those in Tallahassee for fighting and bitching about the system, and I think justifiably so. And now they want him out.
Oh, boy, howdy do they ever.
Doug, speaking of boy, howdy do they ever, what do we have here, Doug? Soundbite 3, Florida State fan on Twitter last night. Did we find a new Rondo?
This guy, he might have dethroned Rondo.
For the record, Missouri's opponent in 12 days, I guess 11 days, actually, Boston College, went into Tallahassee. We had circled Boston College. We've been circling Boston College. I didn't anticipate that, though. And I don't know how many people watched it. I can't imagine a whole lot of people did. But at the same time, I don't know what else was on last night.
No, that was the game.
That was it.
Yeah.
So that happened in front of what was probably a larger audience than normal. Boston College, number one, they're returning a bunch of seniors, or they're returning a bunch of starters, which was why I was high on Missouri last year. And number two, they were able to just move Florida State's defensive line and run at will, and or run their wheel route that Florida State had apparently never seen before. And they could have made it 35-14, and Bill O'Brien, who you may recall from take your pick of Penn State, the Houston Texans, he's been at Alabama, coached with Belichick, I think, last year. Bill O'Brien sits on the ball on the 5-yard line when he could have gone for more in Tallahassee. But either way, they're not happy at Florida State, Doug, after starting the season 0-2 with a loss to Georgia Tech in Dublin and then getting beaten up at home last night by the Golden Eagle.
And just take a listen to the entire clip.
Okay, love to hear it if you'd hit it.
On that fucking 1970s bullshit. That's what Boston College is doing to Florida fucking State University. When are we going to wake up? Mike Norvell's got to get the fuck out.
Oh.
We need to get somebody in there who's, you know what? I don't like fucking Dion, but you know what Dion is? Dion's a fucking dog. You know who Lane Kiffin is? Lane Kiffin's a fucking dog.
Oh.
He's going to go in there and he's not going to take any bullshit.
Yeah.
Mike Norvell, I'm sick of his little wild ass fucking eyes and his bullshit because you know what? We fucking suck. And we barely fucking won that shit last year. And the College Football Playoff Committee was fucking right. We didn't deserve to fucking be there. Period.
Damn.
He needs to watch his language.
Yeah, at the end.
That was the host of the Twitter space.
Fucking be there. Period.
Damn.
Oh, he needs to watch his language. So he wants him out, undefeated 1 year. The next year, you gotta go.
0-2.
You gotta go.
I mean, they got bullied last night.
They did, man.
Castellanos had all night back there.
He did. He did. But when they ran the ball, they had they had room.
Dominating. When you're on that wheel route like every play, that means your quarterback has all day to let it play.
I don't know. I don't know. Because now Florida State's lost to Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech was able to establish the ground game. That was the first question that was asked right after that game. to their head coach. And I think he was a former offensive lineman, so he loved it. Well, then you see Boston College do it, and then you go, okay, if that wasn't Florida State, would you just go, okay, that's just a bad team that's going to lose like 6 games this year? I don't know. But that's 2 games where they have been bullied on the ground. Now, Nate in Tallahassee is a friend of the show, loves the show, and he says Georgia Tech did it too. They have 30 new players. It's a rebuild. So that's his official statement from Tallahassee.
Well, there's a lot of college teams that have a lot of new players every year. They come and go quickly. Yes, come, yes, go. They do. It's just the nature of the sport. You're always going to lose your senior class. And now with the transfer portal and everything else, imagine everybody's got a lot of new players. Mm-hmm. Some more than others, of course. But even a quality team, a top 10 team, probably has 20 new players.
Right. But in the case of Florida State, for their fan base, this was an important year to really come on strong after what happened last year in the expanded playoff, and to start out 0-2 and be eliminated from contention for the college football playoff. Mm-hmm. That's just and if you're Mike Norvell, I guess it's like the worst straw possible.
Yeah, they look like a long way from a playoff team.
Well, yeah, when you lose at home against a lesser ACC opponent, it just can't happen.
For the record, Florida State, Doug, as we're going through the Florida and Florida State tour here on the program, has Memphis, a team that you'll see people picking for the Group of 5 rep in the playoff this week. That's in Tallahassee. Then they get Cal, and Cal plays in the ACC now.
There's no way of knowing where they play.
And then at SMU, and they play in the ACC.
They play in the ACC.
Oh, yeah. That's what you think of when you think of the Atlantic coast of the United States. You think of Dallas, and you think of the San Francisco Bay Area.
Then they get Dabo Swinney. We'll get to him. Do you have the sound of him?
I got Paul Feinbaum talking about him.
Yeah,
Dabo either, probably.
Dabo, he had a big soundbite too. Then at Duke, at Miami, at home against North Carolina, at Notre Dame. And Doug, you always like to see Charleston Southern. You can go down and watch that one, and then at home against Billy Napier.
I watched the Notre Dame game. I thought they looked pretty good.
They looked damn good. But my big takeaway on that was Texas A&M didn't have a quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say that.
Connor Weigman.
Yeah, he couldn't throw at all.
He threw up.
He did.
He did, yeah.
He did out of the vomit
that. Nice tight shot of that.
Reese Davis goes, I thought we were going to have a chance to warn you about that, but there it is.
Yeah, I mean, he's terrible. Terrible.
Guys, it's crazy that Norvell was actually on the Red Elephant Club call list after Saban left. The comedy we were robbed of with him not going to Bama is a shame. That's from Alan. He's in Dadeville, and he loves the Bulldogs.
Okay. All right. Well, it's easy to be a Bulldog fan these days. And Dabo Swinney's, his star is kind of fading out, isn't it?
Big time.
There for a while, he was like the hottest guy in college coaching, but he's had a couple of rough years now.
Yeah, that's where the question was that led to the good soundbite. I don't know if you've been able to pull it. That gives me a chance to talk about Munganess, the sponsor of the 7 o'clock hour and the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, online at stlouisacura.com, online at altontoyota.com. It's Jamie Burkhardt, and that's Peter Munganess. 314-252-0029, or go online at stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. And if you need to get your car serviced, work with Ryan Seiberg in the service department, stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com. You don't need to go to the lot right now. You can go shopping, going on your phone, your laptop, your iPad, your Microsoft Surface.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Newspaper? Probably not there.
Probably not. But just go to stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com, and now you're working with the best. Munganess, the official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, and the official sponsor of Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. Doug, do you know anything about our text inbox sponsor? I've got them as Schaefer Door Company.
Yeah, I wonder how many people try to get out of the garage this morning, and nope, the garage door won't go up. It's got to go up, it's got to go down in order for it to function properly, and a lot of times it doesn't the first day after a weekend, especially a long weekend. That's why Schaefer Door has that special standby service for doors that break over the weekend. They'll get right out and get you taken care of like they did for me. Came out and fixed mine up real nice like. I thought I might need a whole new door. Nope, I just needed a couple of struts. I think they called them struts. And that fixed my door completely. Focus on spelling of the name Schaefer. That's a key focus. Schaefer. Now, there might be a quiz later. Schaefer Doors, SCHAEFER, and their website is schaeferdoor.com. It's best to call or text them at 636-782-3608. They service all kinds of garage doors for service and new installs with LiftMaster. LiftMaster garage door openers are strong, quiet, and versatile. That door will go up and down. You won't even hear it. They can handle all kinds of jobs, small jobs. If you own a business with those big warehouse tall doors, Schaefer is experienced in those as well. It's a great family-owned and operated business, and they're hiring right now. If you'd like a job with a fantastic company, learn a skill that'll last a lifetime, Schaefer Door is right there to help you with that as well. Also, their service techs, not commission-based. If they come out and work on your door, they're not going to try to sell you something you don't need. They just want you to be happy, and I'm certainly happy with the job they did for me. Give them a chance to work for you, too, if you should need them. That's Schaefer Door, schaeferdoor.com. Schaefer Door is a LiftMaster partner.
Design Air is our official HVAC provider, and you can work with Design Air Heating and Cooling by going online at designairservice.com. That's Seth Goldcamp, 4th generation of Design Air Heating and Cooling. Anytime you have an issue with your air conditioning, you go to designairservice.com, and they will be out there quick, fast, and in a hurry. Doug's a client, Iggy's a client, I'm a client. Why don't you become a client as well of Design Air Heating and Cooling, sponsor of our email today, online at designairservice.com, official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. And for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day this week, win 2 tickets to see Willie Nelson at the Outlaw Festival with special guests Bob Dylan, John Mellencamp, and Southern Avenue on September 8th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. 2 tickets to win the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day this week. So send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Buck Swope wins the month of August. Who's going to win it in the month of September? It's a new month. Clean uniforms. Let's go out there and let's play hard.
All right. Wipe the slate clean.
And Jackson will send out his ballot for the Milagro Tequila Lister of the Month in August. And I think we had 2 girls call in.
Yeah.
We did.
One of them will win, I'm sure.
It's going to be a raucous papal conclave, infighting within the, is it clergy?
Clergy.
Yeah.
Who were the 2 women? There was Sharon from Clayton, and who was the other one?
There was one.
Jen?
Yeah, Jen called in about
both strong
days of our
contenders.
lives.
Yeah,
General
really
Hospital.
impressive.
Yeah. Strong contenders.
Wacko's daughter.
Wacko's daughter.
Yeah.
Is that
Wacko's daughter.
3?
Wow.
Yeah. Big August.
Yeah. Oh, it's huge for
Great
us.
way to close out the summer.
That's right. Also introducing the first ever TMA Banty Brew, a 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and, Doug, do you call it coriander?
I never say that.
The cross between an American wheat and a Belgian wheat. This refreshing ale made with white wheat, ground coriander, and fresh whole oranges. Head to any Salt and Smoke location to try the TMA Banty Brew. Hey, Tom Schmidt. Oh, hey. Head to TMASTL.com to see the can and find a participating location to try it for yourself. Jackson, were you able to find the sound?
I think this is it.
All right, Doug, here you go.
Love to hear.
This is Dabo Swinney, but all I have is like the full breakdown. So here we go.
Hit the lever pedals.
In the country now, coming into the valley, and I'm sorry for
This audio is just awful.
You can hardly hear it. Get the mic up close to his yap.
It's in channel 2 only, which is great. Love it.
Oh.
Great work by the people down there in Clemson. I guess that game was in Atlanta. Well, okay.
So we're not going to hear it. Is that what my
We
understanding
heard
is?
it. It just was off mic. That was Channel 2 audio is what we call that, Doug.
I have a 5-second clip. Who knows what this is?
Be any better.
when you play a team like Georgia, you get exposed. And that's what happened. This is
Yeah, that's a powerful soundbite, too. Play the best team in the country, you get exposed. That's what happened. Okay? We got to look at the football side.
Why is nobody posting just like a 25-second clip?
I don't get it.
He talks
I don't know.
about it.
What's happened to the journalism business?
I don't know. I feel like it's like I'd buy stock, wouldn't you?
No.
Now here's a little spot we've got, and I was texting with the colonel. He immediately disregarded me. But if you look at the college football schedule, do you agree with me on this?
I know where you're going.
On the weekend of Missouri-Boston College, which, hey, listen, it wasn't like a bunch of people were even paying attention to that game. Boston College will certainly be ranked today. The college football schedule is really weak that weekend. I don't know. It's kind of surprising. I think the best game is Alabama at Wisconsin. Would you agree with that, Jackson?
Yeah, but there is Kentucky or Georgia going to Kentucky.
Kentucky's not ranked, are they?
Don't believe so, but I think Kirk Herbstreit said if he had to guess, that's where they would go.
Oh, he's actually commenting
That's why
on
I
this?
saw it on. It's a 6:30 ESPN game or
Yeah.
ABC game, and I saw someone on Twitter now. This is saying that
God, for
Herbie
all
said,
of your Georgia games that you're going to have.
No.
And don't they have Roll Tide 2 weeks later?
Yes. Yep. Also, Roll Tide's going to Wisconsin.
And doesn't Georgia play Texas this year? I mean, Georgia's just going to be everywhere.
Right. Georgia.
My thought process on it is, and listen, I mean, I texted Gabe that, and he immediately responded, nah. that was the beginning and end of our exchange.
Georgia
Just
goes
last
to
night, like at
Bama.
9:15, as they were about to start the fourth quarter. I said, if Boston College holds on, and they're really, if you were watching that game, there was no way I think anybody could have thought Florida State was coming back. They got a real situation. Doug, do you call him DJU?
He stinks.
It used to be FSU stood for Free Shoes University.
This is their quarterback who started at Clemson, and where was he last year?
DJ was at.
I'm crowdsourcing. I think Oregon State, but maybe I'm off on that.
That sounds right.
And now he's at Florida State, and wow, that's a problem. DJ Uyunglele,
Yeah, he was at Oregon State last
their
year.
quarterback, I mean, he just missed open receivers left and right. But if you want to try to reach a different region that rarely is involved in the college football landscape, now Missouri pays homage to the Northeast like nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
Got the trip to see the foliage here in 6 weeks, and then
Buffalo.
and got Buffalo this week at
UMass.
Boston College. But you get Boston College, big market. I don't believe they play anybody of note this weekend.
Duquesne.
Well, now Duquesne is ranked
Yeah.
7th.
Yeah, right behind Ole Miss.
And maybe, just maybe, College Game Day comes to Columbia for the 11:45 kick.
Yeah, the only competition we'd have would be that
Alabama, Wisconsin.
Alabama, Wisconsin.
Camp Randall, Doug.
Yeah, and then you have some more classic rivalries like Oregon at Oregon State and then West Virginia at Pitt. But West Virginia didn't show much against Penn State. And Oregon State, I don't think, has the same juice as some other rivalries. So Alabama, Wisconsin, and I think Georgia at Kentucky. But then Georgia goes to play at Alabama September 28th. That seems like...
I mean, that's a...
You have to be there.
You're there.
Right, so...
So does that rule out Georgia and Alabama? You see what I'm saying?
Right. That very well could rule them out. And at that point, then you're just competing.
And what was the one that Herbstreit said he thought they'd be at?
Georgia, Kentucky.
I don't know on that, man.
Yeah, I'm not positive. You get Utah at Utah State. I don't think.
And I'm not saying they should be in Columbia for Boston College. It never even crossed my mind. And I'm just like, oh, I wonder where they're going. Because this week they're in Ann Arbor.
Mhm.
And absolutely they should be. For the record, Texas going to Michigan this weekend. That's a no-brainer. And I just assumed, I'm like, oh, after that, what do we got? And it's a really weird weekend that's kind of a nothing weekend.
There's a very good chance it could come to Missouri, but
I don't know if I'd call it a very good chance. But I don't say very good chance to dismiss it. I'm just, because it might be the only matchup of two ranked teams.
yeah.
Which is just kind of nuts.
Unless, yeah, that would be the case. Unless Kentucky can get ranked before the Georgia game.
If Booch's had fries, game day would be in Columbia. That's in the total package. Doug, you think that?
We're a batch of French fries short.
There is one thing, although this game isn't on ESPN, so that would take it away. If this game was on ESPN, I'd go with this. Colorado's at Colorado State. If that game was on ESPN...
Colorado State?
If that game was on ESPN,
They all love Deion.
I bet they would think about doing that.
Colorado State, didn't they get wiped off the field this weekend?
Absolutely. I'm not doing it based on merit. It's based off
No, I think
eyeballs.
Deion Star is fading.
I don't know. There was.
Didn't it get ridiculous ratings on Thursday?
Yeah, they were
North
by
Dakota
far
State. They played North Dakota State too.
Yeah.
And they barely beat them.
So
the Dakotas are testy. you don't want to schedule any Dakota schools.
but because that game's not on ESPN, I don't think they would do that. So yeah, Georgia at Kentucky, I would say, is the biggest issue with that. But maybe it would be Missouri, Boston College.
Alan Dadeville says, my guess is game day will be in Austin and Tuscaloosa for UGA games, maybe Ole Miss too. It's from Alan Dadeville. So he's talking about Georgia So he's saying that's 3 Georgia games. In other words, he wouldn't think they would go to Lexington.
Yeah, Georgia goes to Ole Miss later in the season.
The wild thing with the BC game is that if they had updated rankings after week 0, they would have only beat FSU as a number 17 or 20, so the win looks like a lot better than it is. That's from Strap-On number 18. That's the 18th ranked Strap-On.
Gosh.
Maybe you're disputing the game that's 15 minutes starting time after, where 2 Missouri opponents will play each other in UMass at Buffalo.
Oh,
maybe
nice.
Game Day goes a little outside.
Boy, that'll be
box.
so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
The tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's possible that captures the Game Day people's imagination. I wonder who decides that. If there's a committee or it's just one guy, one grand poobah decides where they're going to go.
Would they flex? Because that game, so Missouri takes on Boston College on the SEC network.
11:45 kick.
If they were to do Game Day, would they have to flex it to a different spot, or would they just keep it on SEC?
think- Where are you going to?
Yeah, I know. That's, I guess, ESPN, but that has Memphis at Florida State, unfortunately.
Boy, they would love to do it.
Wouldn't it also depend on what game Herb Street has that day to have time to get to that game from?
I don't know. He seems to be able to get anywhere.
Yeah, he will usually do the night game. What's the night game that he's going?
Georgia, Kentucky.
Georgia, Kentucky. Yeah, so I mean that's in Lexington, so it's like a 90-minute flight at the most.
Can you imagine his days though on Saturdays where he probably gets up at 4 or 5 in the morning to get ready and get out there, and he's on the air for at least an hour.
Is he doing Thursday nights again this week on Amazon?
I think so.
Crowdsourcing.
Yeah, I think so.
He's kind of got. I mean, not only is he making, I would guess. I don't know. What do you think? I'm going to throw out
his total
all in
with the Thursday Night Football
I'll take
deal?
endorsements out.
Okay.
So I'm going in.
15?
I was going to go 15. That was
15?
my number. And he gets a bunch of time off. I mean, don't get me wrong.
He's busy as hell.
August until February.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But that's a nice setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice setup.
He's very good. Very good.
He is very good.
Problem is, like, you are like the guy for college football. Like, if you were to associate one broadcaster or media person with college football, it'd probably be Herb Street, meaning you got a lot of targets.
For now,
on
but Talty's starting to.
Talty's making a
Don't
big
sleep on him.
move. Talty's making a big move.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of, like, I'm sure he's gotten some terrible things sent to him. But that's just anytime you're going to
Who
be
cares
in that
about
position.
that? Herb Street has also taken on the additional responsibilities of making sure Lee Corso doesn't fall out of his seat.
Yeah, he's been very kind to
he
him
kinda-
over the last
yeah,
number of years.
Takes care of
Yeah.
him. And,
When Herb Street's son was having the issues last year, there's that great moment where they're at Colorado and Lee Corso gives Herbie a hug, and they're like both crying during it. It's very emotional.
Kirk is moving to St. Gabriel's Parish. That's from the total package.
I assumed he was already there, Tim.
I had no idea.
He had his pooch with him on the broadcast the other day.
He had his dog with him?
The dog just
Yeah,
came in.
in Las
game
Vegas
day.
for the Brian Kelly Southern Debutante game.
What kind of dog do you have?
Looked like a retriever, the golden variety.
Okay.
Let's see. I bet Kirk has a hog on him. That's from Long Balls.
Okay.
Alabama at Wisconsin would be a strong play. Camp Randall's a pony. That's from Friends of Bert Convey.
It's Camp Randall in the morning. It's an 11 a.m. kick.
Fox.
Yeah, Fox.
But they will do Fox games. They
Sure.
don't. They don't.
Sure.
Tim, should we think about pushing to Swingers game from Buffalo to the BC game? TMA Swingers running wild on ESPN Game Day. I'm a Swing Haven board member
Is there swingers running wild?
on the Missouri campus.
You just see him in the background running around. NACO.
Are there a lot of swingers in college?
Probably.
You think
although
so?
They're not married.
I don't think so.
Can you
I
be a
wouldn't think so.
swinger
I think
and
there's a
not
lot
be
of
married?
threesomes. That's what I would think.
Yeah.
Like, I doubt there's a lot of, like, MFs. Is that what they're called, Doug?
I don't call them anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see, like...
Two-man best ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think happens more on a college campus? The more popular or the less popular? What do you think? I mean, I'm going to say less popular, but I think I live in a hopeful world.
I bet in the South.
Sherman, can you tweet that?
No, I think it's the more popular.
You think it's the more popular? Do you really?
Probably. Girl comes over to the guy's fraternity house or dorm, apartment, whatever, and the friends are there, and everyone's.
I don't want to believe it. I refuse to believe it. Joe, as you would call them, MFFs.
Yeah. Male, female, female. Correct. As opposed to the more popular male, male, female.
That's not the more popular one.
Just a reference in case anyone didn't get it.
Jackson, Camp Randall 11's more electric than Mizzou at 7 p.m. That's from sniffing holes.
It's not what my friends who went to Wisconsin said. They said the second half of an 11 a.m. game is lit. When they play jump around, no matter what, it's always packed. But that first half, guys are kind of staggering into Camp Randall. That's what I've heard.
I applaud the Badgers for taking on Wisconsin as a non-conference opponent.
Alabama.
Good for them. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
well, both.
Yeah, you applaud both.
Yeah, Alabama probably figures it doesn't matter. We'll beat anybody.
Missouri's
that we
taking
play.
on BC.
Not the same.
Taking on Vandy.
Not the same.
Maybe VT.
And that's a conference opponent.
That's true.
I felt so vindicated watching BC dominate last night.
Why?
I've been beating that drum since that video game came out.
Oh, have you?
True. That Castellanos quarterback is really good, but he had all damn day back there. Mizzou can just put a little pressure on them.
The video game can tell you who's really going to be good?
I've been saying Boston College is flying below the radar.
Well, who else does a video game says is going to be good?
Memphis, but I think that has more to do with the guy that's controlling them.
Oh, okay.
Memphis is good this year.
Memphis. The best sign I saw this week in college football wasn't really a sign. It was on a T-shirt at the Texas A&M Notre Dame game. It was at Texas A&M. One of the Aggie fans had a T-shirt that said, Rudy was offsides.
Doug is right. MMFs happened on the weekly when I was in college. That's from the 314. Really?
I was there Thursday. I could smell it in the air.
You could smell an MMF?
Oh, yeah.
Good. There's just a whiff of something.
Coming straight across Stadium Boulevard into the stadium.
Oh.
My nephew's fraternity brother at Wisconsin was Mad Dog's son. That's from Chairman Stephen Wildwood.
It's pretty cool.
As in Russo, I guess?
Mad Dog's talked about dropping his son off at Wisconsin.
No, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin is a basketball school, and a boring one at that. What's fair is fair.
Oh.
Do I also applaud the Badgers for scheduling Wisconsin? Good one, Vaughn. Thanks.
Oh.
See, Iggy, it's not just you. That's from Brian Henshin.
That's right. That's why he said Alabama, yeah.
I view Wisconsin as a sports school, not just one sport or the other.
The
I think
people
they've
I've
been great at
I've known a
that.
few people that went there that said it's just a wild and crazy fun place.
Yeah, Madison, Wisconsin is really cool.
Yeah. How about this? This is interesting. I used to run trains on the down low on Milty's fraternity brothers after stringing them all up on me and Dad's blow. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville.
He brought Mark Milton into this?
He brought him up Friday, too.
So he was having sex with these fraternity brothers?
I don't think so.
Well, he gets around.
God almighty.
Oh.
A lot of that.
Gosh.
So he would get them hooked on cocaine, and then in order to get more of the cocaine, he would then penetrate these gentlemen?
I don't think so.
Is that the way that it works?
I'd have to imagine if he's stringing them all up on it, that there was no shortage of it.
Yeah.
You know.
If the wacko's wife and her boyfriend are going at it and wacko's sitting in the corner, does that count as an MMF? That's from Mr. Litt.
No, it's a cuckold situation.
Is that a cuckold?
I would think it is.
Again, it depends on the situation. If he's being berated or he agreed to it. If he agreed to it, it's not cucking. I don't believe any of that happened. So I don't
have
know
to be berated?
I'd sue Licks if I were you. Wacko.
You think that's slander?
Yeah.
You think there's litigation?
Fairy tale court.
Can you imagine if that goes to
The people,
trial?
the people versus Mr. Licks.
Am I to understand the only way you are a cuckold victim is if you're being berated?
I thought it was if you got cheated on or if you're being berated. That's what I thought it was.
Those are the two. Tim is right.
Yeah, Doug, that's it.
The berating thing is more a porn thing. You don't really see it in real life.
Wouldn't think so.
Guy wanting to sit
Why
in the
are you
corner and get
yelling?
berated. I've just seen that on porn.
And they really yell at the guy.
Well, they just make fun of him.
Huh.
You know, I didn't see any of that with the threesomes I had at Hito. I never saw the guy at the edge of the bed and the wife going, "Look at you, loser. Look at this guy. He's hung."
Oh, gosh. I can imagine you didn't hear that.
No, that would be a cuck, but I wasn't cucking anybody. The guy gave me permission.
Let's see. Guys, the best shirt I've seen was a Vols fan wearing "I eat ass" with a big Tennessee T. That's from Sniffin' Holes. Guys, game day is going to the Charcoal House week 3 for the 70-plus ball pit football tournament. Lee Corso told me last night at the Glory Hole. That's from the Calme Protege. So they're going to be at the Charcoal House for the week 3. Okay. I didn't anticipate that.
All right.
Good one.
Licks, you're obviously jealous. How bad does your father-in-law berate you? That's from the Orson Woods Wacko. So we've got a Orson Woods Wacko. Mr. Licks is underway here. in the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Say, friends, are you looking for a home? Well, I got somebody for you to go through. JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Yeah, JEFFLOTTMANN.com. That's Jeff Lotman, and he is with Compass Realty online at CompassRealtyJeffLotman.com. JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Looking to buy a home, looking to sell a home, work with somebody who's been doing it for more than 2 decades and close to $500 million in sales in St. Louis real estate. With Compass Concierge, you can take your home buying or selling experience to the next level. Whether you're preparing to sell or want to enhance your new space, Compass Concierge has you covered. No upfront cost. Need fresh paint, new carpet, light renovations, home staging. Compass Concierge has you covered. Unlock exclusive benefits and get your home market ready without upfront costs. Increase your home's value hassle-free. Ready to elevate your real estate experience? Contact us today to learn how Compass Concierge can transform your home. Go to JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Jackson, if I want to wager on Missouri and Boston College, where can I go?
You can go right now over to the Circa Sports app, the #1 sports book in the world, right in the palm of your hands, and there you are. Doing a little bit of wagering on college football. There's nothing more fun, I think, than betting on college football. The NFL is a lot of fun, and that comes back this Thursday. You can make your bets for that game, or for the games Thursday night and for the weekend, absolutely. But something about college football is a lot of fun. They gave out that Oklahoma State play last week. They covered, no problem. And I was really considering putting a little action on Virginia Tech because they're also returning a lot of guys. But look at the Commodores.
Oh, now Vanderbilt looks dangerous, Doug.
Look at Vanderbilt. And
You started to wave your arms there, didn't you?
Well,
yeah, you started talking about the tournament.
Yeah, well, yes, I got so into it. Jerry Stackhouse. And I was just thinking, I was thinking about betting on that Florida State-Boston College game, but I had no real feeling on it. I wanted to bet BC, but I just wasn't confident. But if you like making wagers, if you like betting on football, it is prime time season right now in the Circa Sports app. Take a look at some of the other sports apps out there, some of the sports betting apps out there. You're going to like the lines better at Circa. I can almost guarantee it. The lines are just better over at Circa. Check them out right now. Download it in Illinois. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
There it is. Circa, wonderful sponsor here on TMA. Send your emails in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Brand new month. And on top of that, we're giving away 2 tickets to see Willie Nelson at the Outlaw Festival with special guests Bob Dylan, John Mellencamp, and Southern Avenue on September 8th at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. So you got that going on. You can text in to the Schaefer Door Company text inbox 314-881-TMA5 and call in Collier and Thompson phone lines 636-9004 TMA. It is our Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour, and my sources tell me Ed Herman of Brown and Crouppen is here, Doug.
Oh, wonderful.
So, Chairman, if you want to bring Ed in,
sure thing.
We can talk it over with Ed Herman of Brown and Crouppen. Doug, Ed Herman of Brown and Crouppen. I believe he was not going to be in this week, and Andy was going to be in, but there was a late audible, Jackson?
Yep. Late audible, ZY banana.
ZY Banana is the audible. Yeah, I immediately run a poster out. Ed's back. Ed, we heard you weren't going to be in, and then there was a late audible. That's what our sources are telling
It was, yeah. You may recall my famous last words last week. You guys won't be seeing me for a while.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, here you are.
Well, I thought, obviously Brody went back to college, and I thought, well, now, I can take a few weeks off, let Andy carry the load, and give myself a breather. But it turns out he needed a breather from his breather. His breather was not done yet, so no. He's got the 3 girls, and they're all going to different schools, and he's still working out their morning schedules. Yeah. And right now, it's just me, and I'm taking care of my mom's elderly dog.
Oh,
so it's just me and Bailey in the morning.
How old is the dog?
16.
Oh, that's old.
And he's old, but I'll tell you, that dog is rock solid. I don't know if anybody's got a rock solid 16-year-old dog out there.
Is that right?
Man.
Really?
He is, knock on wood, that dog is a tank.
What kind of dog is it?
He is a mix of a Cocker Spaniel and a Bichon Frise. They call him a Cockachon.
Probably cute, though.
Yeah, he's fairly cute. He needs a little bit of a grooming right now, but I'll tell you, he is a tank. But what sucks is that, I was never that close to him, because it wasn't my dog. my mom's been sick for a while, so I've had to take care of the dog. So now I'm bonding with the dog at like the last stage of his life.
God, yeah.
So I'm going to wind up going through all the pain of loss when the time comes. I didn't even get like all the years of unbridled joy. That sucks.
That's a horrible thing to lose a dog.
Oh, isn't that the worst?
Terrible thing.
Because dogs are, they're so much better than human beings.
Yeah.
God, we stink compared to dogs.
Yeah, so much loyalty there.
They've got unconditional love,
Yeah.
no judgment.
Mhm.
You know, they're just so grateful for anything positive that comes their way in this world. It's like, why can't we just follow their lead, man? So what's going on today? And Iggy, we haven't gotten to be in this room together. You were very gracious, by the way, this whole summer in allowing Brody to take your seat. He very much appreciated it.
Oh, my pleasure. I know the listeners loved him, and
well, it was a good experience for
and he's
him.
doing
and,
that, trying to do that in college, so he gets to learn a little bit while he's in here. That's
yeah,
fun.
you know, and I did notice too that some of the listeners observed the fact that he would frequently, every week, he would wear a shirt that depicted the three lawyers eating sandwiches, which he would do at a sense of pride, but also for branding purposes. We do come on here, promoting and plugging our Three Lawyers Eating Sandwiches podcast, and it's good marketing to be consistent and wear a shirt every week that pushes the brand. So just know that he has a very full wardrobe, and it was very much by design as a young, brilliant marketer on the rise to recognize. And I guess it worked because people did take note.
You were dreading him going back to school. Is that fair? How did it go down?
It was very emotional. He and I are very, very close, and we have a special connection. We have certain types of conversation. We have weird minds. And we have certain types of conversations. We have rabbit holes that we will go down. And they're just conversations that I can't really have with anybody else. Nobody else obsesses over the same stuff that I obsess over. I mean, we will literally watch reruns of early seasons of Shark Tank just so we could sit there and debating on how the pitches went and then looking up the products, seeing how it worked out, and like ragging on the Sharks. Like, there's something we like to do. We like them all. We enjoy the show, but like, we'll constantly yell at Robert through the screen for how out of touch he is, with the common man, and how he's really the jerk of the show. People like to think it's Kevin.
Which
but
one
if
is
you watch,
Robert?
Yeah, the one with the hair.
Robert with the hair.
Yeah, kind of the younger guy.
Yeah, well, he likes to look younger. If you have enough work done, you get to look
50,
younger.
yeah.
Oh, he's more, believe me, he's a lot more than 50.
Is he?
Oh,
Robert
Hershevek.
Hershevek, Doug.
Yeah, he's cybersecurity. Yeah. He believe me, he likes to come on. He pretends on the show that he's the nice one. But if you really study the show episode by episode, you watch him closely, he's a jerk.
Doug, he's
a jerk with a delicate ego. Very delicate
ego. He did a
ego.
wife trade in 2016.
Yes. For his partner on Dancing with the Stars. Listen, I passed no judgment on him there. I have no idea what the state of his marriage was before. And look, when love strikes, it strikes, whatever. But he certainly had no problem being pretty judgmental during the course of the show.
They ever get in trouble if they go in on something that ends up not working? I mean, I saw there was a thing to stop smoking, and everybody was raving about this. You take the pill, and I stopped smoking within 2 days, and Shark Tank put money into it, and the thing ended up being a total scam.
I don't remember a smoking cessation pill. I know that they all invested in a breathometer that was supposed to allow you to blow into something on a device on your phone that was supposed to give you an accurate blood alcohol reading, and that ran into issues because it wasn't accurate, and that business failed very quickly. They didn't get into trouble on it. I haven't known them to get into trouble on any of their products, but a lot of the deals that you see reached on the show fall through before they get finalized. And then a lot of the products fail and fail quickly.
Why do they fall through before they get finalized?
Once they do their due diligence going through the company's records, they find that maybe things didn't match up with what was depicted on the air. But, you only get to see about a 15-minute edited down pitch. But the pitches are about 2.5 hours.
Oh, really? Really?
Oh, yeah. And you're an experienced editor. I'm an experienced editor. As an experienced editor, you see a lot of sloppy editing on that show. You see a lot of disjointed statements where you could tell that the response coming out of someone's mouth is not what followed out of what came out of the other person's mouth. They're trying to make it look seamless, as all editors do, but some episodes it really does not match up very well at all.
Sometimes it seems like the pitches are almost a little too professional because you're taking basically people off the street And they all look very comfortable, and they never flub a word.
Well,
it's perfect.
I think they write their openings for them for sure because they're filled with these terrible puns, to make them cute and clever. But we're obsessed with it. We love watching the show, and I'm obsessed with trying the products. So we've talked about doing our own podcast where all we do is like dissect each episode, each pitch, test products, talk about them, and then trace what happened to the products. Like, why did they go off the rails or what made them become a success? Nothing makes me happier than when I see the fortunes lost by the Sharks. You see Scrub Daddy has become this huge product, and Lori Grenier made the deal, and she's made a fortune on it. But watching Robert Herjavec look at it and say, I just don't see the retail play on this. I'm not seeing the vision. I just don't see how you're getting to that $5 million valuation. See, he drops out, and then you just want to say, it's a shame you didn't see it because the company is worth like $260 million right now. And it's worth even more now. So you sit there and you're like, a bunch of them passed up on Bombas socks, although Damon made that deal. That company's worth over $1 billion. They all passed up on...
What was the valuation on that when they pitched it?
Oh, like $1 million bucks. It was like nothing.
My God.
Let me tell you. They had, and Ring Cam, when Jamie Siminoff was on, none of them reached a deal on that. None of them reached a deal because they didn't see the valuation he was putting on, which was not a crazy valuation at the time. I don't remember what it was, but it was less than $10 million. And of course, that sold to Amazon for over $1 billion. So now Jamie Siminoff, who had to sit there, swallowing it from these semi-arrogant Sharks, other than Mark Cuban, Jamie Siminoff is now worth more than all of the other regular Sharks.
Is that right?
So, how satisfying is that? Oh, man, I could go on and on. But, I don't think that's necessarily what the listeners want to hear today. Let's look at the text messages.
Oh, well, Doug, that can be a high-risk move.
Yeah.
But if you want me to go in, I'll just read it.
Let's go in. Let's see it. Listen,
but they're going to enjoy the fact that they know that this is going to be read. All right?
Yes, I want them to. I want them to enjoy. You know what? It's their show. It's their show. We're here to facilitate it.
It's the people's program.
It's their morning. They're giving up their time to listen. I want them to be entertained.
All right, here we go. Eric in the Central West End. Doug used to play Native American ball with his father. He says, I gave Doug a Kakashawn at Dad's weekend.
And did you enjoy it?
I did not receive a dog.
But did you receive a Kakashawn?
No, I don't know what that is. I just played Indian ball with his dad's brother.
Is that like a leapfrog type of game?
No, it's a baseball game. You don't know what Indian ball is?
You grab the gentleman's hips, and then you...
You don't! It's a baseball game.
Converted elephant walk.
2 guys against 2 other guys.
Oh,
you've never played Indian ball?
No, but that's I'm imagining a 2-on-2 situation. I don't know a lot about the Indians. I haven't studied them that way.
Well, I guess this is how they played. I don't know.
I don't know. Listen, Doug, you don't need to be ashamed of your choices.
I'm not. I was happy to play it.
Exactly. That's exactly. So why are you getting so defensive?
I think it's the Kakashawn.
Yeah, I don't know why he's getting defensive.
Todd Reesing says, "Wow, someone's been reading Reddit."
Okay, I don't know what that means, but
let's see. Please cut off. This is awful. Thanks. That's Harrison's brother, Master.
There you go. The man does not want to listen. It doesn't bother me. I want to hear that he's heard enough of Shark Tank. He wants to hear something else. Hey, you know what? Do me a favor.
Harrison's brother Master isn't really a fan of the show in general.
No, but you know what though? Maybe he could be. Go ahead and send us a text as to the kind of topics you want us to talk about, and if there's anything on there that we find remotely interesting, we'll talk about it.
How about that? Oh, Harrison's brother Master has control of the reins.
Yeah, well, I want to at least give him a shot to make it into the thing he would like to hear. Not every day, but today.
As you can see, I'm not skipping over anything.
Don't skip it. I don't care.
Daddy's Donuts writes, Tim, ask Ed if I can sue AT&T Uverse for taking away my ESPN/Disney channels due to contract negotiations. If you are a DirecTV customer, you did not have ESPN and the Disney channels this weekend. They are engaged in one of those what's become commonplace shutdowns of their product to a platform, and currently it's DirecTV and ESPN. So right when college football and the NFL starts up, Disney pulls it from DirecTV.
You know, I would have to look into what the terms and services say, because I'm sure they protect themselves in the fine print with something that says like terms and conditions may change, channels are subject to change. But the truth of it is, I agree with you. I think it's BS. And I do think that some class action firm, and we don't do class action, but some class action firm out there, if there was an angle to pursue that, I think that they would, because there's a huge loss there. I mean, a lot of people pay a lot of money for cable television, and the only reason they do it is because they enjoy watching their live sports on the weekend.
That is the case.
That is their joy. That's why they pay it. And if you're going to pull it from them, there is a loss there, because arguably you're not just paying for that game. You may be subscribing just so that you can see that game on that 1 week. I mean, plenty of people do that. So if there's a class action lawyer that wants to look into that, I think it's definitely worth looking into, because it's affecting millions of people. It's not just his television.
I would eventually guess if you got Hulu Plus and YouTube TV, you're paying less than you do for DirecTV. And you get all that.
Yeah, and I guess I think Iggy brings up a great point. It's moments like that the best thing you can do is look for the alternative. They don't deserve your business. Go look into Hulu Plus, although I think the money ultimately winds up going to Disney anyway, because isn't that part of the same company? But you can decide, where you put your money to get your games.
Crestwood Coyote, next text. How many tattoos does Ed have? Any of them in naughty places?
I'm now.
That's Eric in the Central West, his brother too.
The number has increased to 40.
Wow.
I added the 4 Batman villains to the back of my right leg just over a week ago. The back front of my right leg, and when I say the Batman villains, only the ones from like the old TV show. Mm-hmm. So the Cesar Romero Joker, the Frank Gorshin Riddler, the Julie Newmar Catwoman, and the Burgess Meredith Penguin. That takes me to 40. As far as naughty places go, I don't have any in the naughty places.
Oh.
I still have ample real estate in just the regular places. I don't rule out the naughty places, but I aim for just the regular places to start with.
What sort of tattoo would you put in a naughty place?
I don't know. You have to have something special, because they're only seen by a few thousand people.
Oh!
How about that, Doug?
Oh.
It depends. I mean, I would stick them in naughty places if I thought I could get an OnlyFans thing going.
Oh,
I think you get that going.
Have you considered that? OnlyFans account? You've
considered
that?
I look for me at tatsontheass.com.
Oh,
it's hot.
Ed, talk about the anti-growth of the city of St. Louis. Everybody has their hand out and blocks any opportunity for outsiders to come in and make that dump better. I was down the hill this weekend for the bike races, saw your building, and I couldn't help thinking to myself that events like that are possible all over St. Louis. I have intimate knowledge of development transactions trying to get done in the city, and it's one obstacle after another, especially for outside investors. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
You know what? He doesn't sound wacko to me. I'm with you. I don't know why we're not doing everything in our power to encourage and facilitate as much development as possible. Where I do like the development, the Midtown area, I think, as strange as it sounds, getting things like the Topgolf and the Foundry and the Armory and all of the areas around the Midtown area, that's growing nicely. The downtown area needs a lot of work. I do like some of the new apartment complexes that are going up, because I think that does wonders for the tax base. You get to bring in a lot of people that don't have to commit to the city long term with mortgages. They can commit for a year at a time, 2 years at a time in a lease. But during that time, they're spending their money in the city, and they're paying city earnings tax. So I would say that let's get more revenue into the city with these apartment complexes. But you got to facilitate the development. You got to make sweetheart deals for people wherever they're coming from. If their intention is to actually develop parts of St. Louis and not just have losses on their books to even out their portfolios, which is what most of the real estate in St. Louis seems to be, just losses on large real estate groups, that's crap. So I'm with you, wacko. I'm with you.
There it is, support for the Warson Woods Wacko.
It seems like some of these empty office buildings downtown could be converted into apartments, but who's going to want to live there if there's nothing to do?
That's the problem.
There's not a store. There's not a
there's
hardly
nothing.
a restaurant left.
You have to bring it back slowly, and that's why the Midtown area is become vital, because you still have St. Louis University, and that makes that area the most residential, because during the year you always have tens of thousands of students keeping that area vibrant, and then you have the Cortex. So you have vibrance going on in that area, and you have the Hill, which has always stayed strong, and the Central West End. So everything in there, you have stuff you can build around. Then you have these little pocket neighborhoods that are starting to come back. You've got areas in Soulard that are good, and Lafayette Square that are good, and Benton Park and Tower Grove. Nothing in the north is thriving, and right now the Central Business District downtown is not thriving. You got to work on those areas, and then you have to find some way over the course of time to actually make it cohesive, turn it into one unified city instead of just this collection of very, very segmented, neighborhoods. So, but, listen, I don't know how you do it. I would love to see it happen, though, because it has the potential for greatness. I mean, it's centrally located. It's got a million nice things to look at, and Forest Park is the best public park in the country, with these magnificent mansions all along Lindell. I mean, just that alone. The last time, I don't know when the last time you took a bike ride or a walk just down Lindell to look at how magnificent the park is on one side and these homes are on the other. You think, we live in a pretty nice place. I just don't know why we can't elevate the whole thing.
How about this one? Kind of on topic. Rennie Knott was offered to be a co-founder of Under Armour by the Maryland football player who started it. He asked Rennie for $5,000 for materials. Had he done it, Rennie would be worth over $1 billion today. That's from Larry Thornton, who worked with Rennie Knott at KSTK.
You hear about those kind of things all the time. And here's what I always say about that. We don't live in a multiverse. And you don't know what things affect other things. And the reality of it is we don't know if Under Armour would have gone on to become the company that it did if Rennie Knott had made that investment. Because we don't know where they ultimately got that $5,000 from. Because maybe it's the next person who gave that money might have been the one that got them their connection, that got them the breakthrough. So, you look at those things and you see that same story of the guy that owned Apple stock and, got out early for like $800 and he would have been a billionaire. Or you see the story of Domino's Pizza was started by these two brothers, and they weren't getting along. They had different visions for the company, and one of them literally left the company just for the car that they were sharing, which was an old Volkswagen that wasn't even worth $1,000. He took the car, the other guy took the restaurant, and built Domino's out of it.
How about the guy who gave Bill Gates $40,000 for his operating system so he could start Microsoft?
Right. But the point is that, but let's say the brother hadn't left Domino's. You have no idea how the conflict between them could have stifled that business from ever becoming what it was going to become. So all you can really trust is these were the dominoes that fell that led to this result. And Rennie not making that deal was one of those dominoes. And if he had made that deal, the dominoes would have fallen a totally different way. We can't assume that everything would have come out the way that it would have. So I think if you tell yourself that, you can save yourself a lot of unnecessary regret. Truth of it is, you never, ever get to see how things would have played out in any micro decision in your life. Just accept the decision that you made, live with it, and move on.
But Rennie's shoe game would have been better than it is, even though it's strong today.
It is strong.
Oh, and his closet would have been filled with
Fabulous
phenomenal,
wardrobe.
every bit of workout gear that you could want, the good stuff. Wicking.
A rare moment of bonding between Mr. Licks and the Warson Woods Wacko. They're at war, Ed. Now that we have bottomed out, the city needs to give major tax breaks and business incentives to attract employers. The future growth of the city starts and ends with business activity, and our city leaders are clueless to that. Unfortunately, that's from Mr. Licks.
Well, I think that clearly you have to make it, you have to create all sorts of incentives for businesses to stay in the city. I can tell you, in our situation, it was important to us to stay in the city. The city didn't really do anything to motivate us to stay in the city. They didn't. Years ago, they had a program when we were in the Laclede Gas Building, and that lease was coming up, and we were deciding where to go to. We wound up staying downtown in the Metropolitan Square Building, and we stayed there for 13 years. And the city had a very small tax program that gave us a very small amount of money if we created additional professional jobs. And depending on how many jobs we created, there were some financial incentives. This time around, there was nothing available to us. But the reason we stayed in the city, for one, we felt it was important to remain there because we are a St. Louis city firm. We're not just a St. Louis firm. A lot of the people that we service live in the city. And it is still more cost effective. I mean, there are some, because the city is depressed, there are some financial built-in incentives. If we had moved to Clayton, it would have been a lot more expensive, the price per square footage. A lot of law firms have gone off to Clayton, and they pay the extra to get out of the city. For us, we were like, you know what, we'd like to stay in the city, but we couldn't stay in the central business district. We really couldn't. The opportunities down there, they just... The city, I agree with these guys. I mean, the city made no effort to keep us down there. I mean, we were a major company with high visibility, and, you know, it was on their radar. They knew from an interview that we had done, and it had gotten a lot of publicity, that we were probably not staying in the central business district. And nothing, not, hey, you know, let us sit down and have lunch with you guys. We want to talk about your plans. We want to talk about the things you're considering. We want to talk to you about programs the city has to try to incentivize you to stay. Like, zero. There was not one effort made by anybody. And I agree with these guys. That's a real problem. There has to be somebody in the city that is focusing on looking at the businesses that are currently there and figuring out what it's going to do to first keep what you have. But that's like everything, right? You know, whether it's an employer, whether it's your cable company, they will spend all their time and resources trying to attract new business and very little effort trying to maintain the current people they have. How many times does Spectrum, you know, the second, you know, you leave, now they want to call you up with great deals to come back. You know, or you move to a new residence, now you're getting all the circulars. Hey, sign up with Spectrum and get all these great deals. But when you're already with them, they don't give you a nickel. All they do is raise what you have to pay every year. They don't care about you. And I will say landlords do the same. They do. They will bend over backwards to get a new tenant in their building. You know, rent abatement and tenant improvement allowances. But when it comes time to renew a lease, you know, they just sit on their butt thinking, most people don't like to move. They'll re-sign. And once you've already made up your mind in your head that you're moving. And so they don't really bend over backwards to keep you. And I would say that the city, by and large, is sort of the same. They may be out there trying to attract new businesses to come into the city, and I don't know if they're even doing that, but they're doing zero right now, as far as I can tell, to try to keep the existing people there. So
Ed Herman with us here on TMA, filling in for Andy Crouppen. So this is going to be the sayonara, you think, and Andy will be in next week.
I doubt it. Because next week's my regular week. You know, that's
is that right?
Well, we have it alternating on the calendar. And so it's fixed like that on the calendar. And the problem is if he covers for me next week, then our calendars are forever wrong.
No.
You know, he'd have to go back-to-back weeks to get it back to right. And maybe he will. It's possible. I have a lot of travel coming up in September, a lot of business travel. Yeah, I speak at a lot of conferences. You know, I know that the audience here is thinking, oh, God, other people have to listen to this guy, too. Yeah, they do. And you know what? They pay good money for it. So just be glad you're getting it for free. But yeah, so I have a lot of stuff coming up there. So you'll get a fair smattering. And then Terry always threatens that he's willing to wake up early and come down here and do it. So you might get him, too. He's a good time.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's a good time.
Well, yeah, we always appreciate the conversation, and good conversation this week on city and city leadership, especially from your guys' perspective with your move. We'll take a commercial break, come back with more here of TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here right now with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. I made the switch to start working with you, James. It couldn't have been easier to make that switch to start saving money.
Well, I appreciate that, Tim, and we appreciate your business. Yeah, this is the time to save money. My goodness, we're all feeling it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, etc. So if you've noticed that your insurance rate has gone up, I want to stress how easy it is to get a proposal from us by going online at carltoninsurance.net.
Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency online at carltoninsurance.net.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. No insurance? No problem. 100 West Dental has a plan when you don't, for ease and affordability. Feeling nervous? Not anymore. 100 West Dental provides complete comfort during quality care. Over 350 5-star reviews agree. When you want to get your smile into winning shape, get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. Consult virtually with Dr. Pryor or book online at 100westdental.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown & Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown & Crouppen, justice is our business.
Stupiracy, the podcast where stupidity meets history and conspiracy.
I'm really confused. What are we doing?
With hosts Scott Rizzuto and Tim McKernan.
It's time to learn the truth.
Check out the latest episode, available now. As Riz and Tim dive into the enduring conspiracy theory that Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, is still alive.
Elvis has left the building.
From misspelled tombstones to sightings at Burger King.
You like that, huh?
Uncover the strange evidence and theories that keep this conspiracy alive on the latest Stupiracy. Watch or listen now on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube. Presented by Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Visit evergreenstl.com or call Mark at 314-889-0503. And by Brown & Crouppen, 222-2222 or getbc.com.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information information at tmastl.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at tmastl.com. Now,
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After
on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Brian Kelly, Mike Norvell, Billy Napier, the Atlantic Coast Conference.
People making millions of dollars a year upset that they've lost a football game. My heart goes out to them.
Yeah, I agree.
They're really struggling on this Tuesday morning, trying to figure out how to get it right.
But the Cardinals are coming.
Tra-la, tra-la.
Yeah.
Those losses early in the season are really helping now, as they're only 12 behind the Brew Crew.
And 5.5 back of the Braves, who lost yesterday. But the Metropolitans, this is their year. If you finish sixth in the National League, you get to go to the World Series. So the Mets are angling for that sixth spot. The Cubs have been firing their seed, actually. Big-time offensive output from the Cubs up until yesterday. They have been on a heater. And the Cubs are only 3.5 back. And they kind of announced, well, they didn't kind of, they did say that we weren't going to be buying at the trade deadline.
Guess they didn't need to.
Yeah. And so the Cubs now are 3.5 back of the Braves. Cardinals 5.5 back. Another game in Milwaukee before tomorrow's wrapping it up, the series, and then back home to take on the Mariners. Now, Doug, if you do want to believe, with 24 games left in the season, the schedule is very friendly the rest of the way. If you want to believe, the question is, it's 69 wins and 69 losses. Of those 24 games, how many would the Cardinals have to win in order to get in? For the record, the Braves are sitting at 74 wins, as are the Mets.
Well, usually it takes at least high 80s to get in, right? In terms of wins?
The Diamondbacks, I think, had 83 last year.
Oh, is that all they had?
Yeah.
Well, it'll probably take more than that this year.
I think 18 games.
They got to go 18-6. 18-6 gets you at 87. I would think that might do it.
It might do it. I don't know, though. Not with so many teams ahead of them. San Diego's got 79 wins already. Arizona's 77.
I
Braves
wouldn't
74.
necessarily worry about those. It's that third spot.
The Braves got 74, and the Mets 74.
Diamondbacks won the sixth spot last year, and then the pennant, 84 and 78.
But if the Braves and Mets just go 500 the rest of the way, they're in 86 wins, 87, something like that. So you're going to have to get to that total.
Don't you believe?
I don't believe, no. I don't believe at all. And then they have a series against the Yankees where you go, they're not bad. They're okay.
Look at a young core.
Yeah, they got some things to be happy about. And then they play yesterday against the Brewers, and you go, no, this team's got nothing. Got nothing.
Isn't that just the nature of baseball?
Yeah, to some degree it is. But still, to take 2 out of 3 in New York against the Yankees, that's a pretty good accomplishment. And this rough schedule that they've been on the last, last 22 games or so, that have played against teams with winning records or in the playoffs now or something. They've been 500 against that group, too.
Problem is, you got to be better than 500 if you want to make a real run to it.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to matter who they play.
No.
Steven Matz starts tonight, though.
Yeah. Well, that'll give a jolt of a kick to the club, I'm sure.
So it's like a bullpen start?
Well, you know that he'll be on a pitch count of like 8 pitches. Okay, that's enough. Get him out. Don't want to hurt him. Got to save him for next year.
Better, too.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Rosenthal with a column this morning saying that front office changes are actually unlikely for some of these organizations that have come up short this year. The Blue Jays, the Cardinals, the Mariners, the Giants, the Reds, and the Pirates. Those teams intended to contend and did not. So he elaborates and says that many of those organizations will not actually make changes. He says the biggest issue, though, is that many teams face minimal financial pressure, the kind of pressure that would motivate a business to act. Most franchises evidently have it quite good, not that you would know it from their occasional sky is falling rhetoric, whether during the COVID pandemic or a recent regional television shakeup, nor would you know it from the rumblings by management every time collective bargaining talks roll around about the need for a salary cap. But consider how some teams operate. The Blue Jays are in last place with a club record payroll. They have not won a playoff game since 2016. But why should the team owners, Rogers Communications, worry? Rogers has a monopoly on baseball in Canada, and the team still ranks 9th in the majors in home attendance, even with renovations reducing the capacity at Rogers Center. The Cardinals face the possibility of finishing with losing records in back-to-back full seasons for the first time since 1958 and 1959. Their loss of 4,561 fans per game in attendance is the second largest in the sport, behind only the Mets. The growing apathy in St. Louis was especially apparent during a late August series against the Brewers when attendance twice dropped below 30,000 for the first time since Busch Stadium 3 opened in 2006. All that seemingly should compel Bill DeWitt to orchestrate a graceful exit for President of Baseball Operations John Mozeliak, the game's second longest tenured lead executive. Such a move would enable DeWitt to elevate former Red Sox exec Chaim Bloom, who joined the club as an advisor this season, or make out an outside hire. But here's the thing. Mozeliak has publicly acknowledged his desire to step back from day-to-day responsibilities when his contract expires at the end of the 2025 season. And DeWitt is not the type to push things along when fans continue to flock to Ballpark Village, and attendance at Busch Stadium, even in decline, remains the 7th highest in the sport. So that is Ken Rosenthal's assessment of the Cardinals and John Mozeliak.
And much of that attendance comes thanks to season ticket buys before the season ever started.
Sure.
If those people had a chance to return their tickets, I'm sure tens of thousands of them would have. So I think they have a bigger attendance problems than what those figures would lead you to believe. They haven't had anywhere close to 30,000 in that building for a couple weeks.
As Rosenthal writes at the end of his column on The Athletic this morning, when financial success is attainable without on-field success, why rock the boat?
Well, I don't know that that's the thinking of these organizations.
I saw
they're not thinking, who cares if we win or lose as long as we make money. I don't think that they behave that way at all.
I do, absolutely.
I don't think they do.
I think Nick Castellanos was doing an on-field interview with somebody, like one of these TikTok interview accounts, which are actually really good. And he was saying, like, if I could change one thing about baseball, it'd be penalties for ownership who puts no effort into making their team good. Now, his solution was...
But you think the Cardinals haven't put an effort into it?
I'm not saying the Cardinals.
They've been wrong, but they've certainly put effort into it. Who doesn't put an effort into it?
What have the Pirates done to make any effort to be better than possibly being 500 in the last 8 seasons? What have the Reds done? What have the White Sox, different story, but like the Rockies? What have the Rockies done to make an actual move to get their fan base excited? Besides trade away Nolan Arenado for nothing.
Perhaps they don't have the money coming in to go out and compete for the big time free agents.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what else are you going to do?
I know, I get that, but
then you scout and you try to draft the right players and make decisions on low cost players. That's all you can do if you don't have the money coming in to compete with the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Cubs and the other big dollar teams.
But there are teams that don't spend near that amount who are damn good. Like the Rays don't spend anywhere near what those guys spend.
They've got smarter baseball people making calls.
Better baseball men?
Yeah, better baseball men.
I like that.
Yeah. I don't doubt the Cardinals front office effort at all. I just doubt the decisions they've made haven't worked out at all for a couple of years running now.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the Cardinals are guilty of this. I think that they are. I think they're doing it poorly, but they are trying. But I think there are teams out there, front office out there, who are totally content with, we'll run them out in the field and whatever we make, we make.
I don't know. I think these guys make so much money in their jobs. The last thing they want to do is have horrible teams and lose their jobs. They're all competitive. They all want to win, given the resources they have. It's just some make good decisions and some don't. Like if you're a manager, just because you're making a check, you don't have the opinion that, I don't care if we win or lose.
Manager, no. Manager, I'm talking about owners. I'm talking about owners specifically. Owners specifically.
Yeah, that's Rosenthal's contention in the column this morning. It's on The Athletic for the record. It is our 8 o'clock hour, and the 8 o'clock hour is brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store. 8 o'clock hour by Fisher Window and Door Store. Fisher Window and Door. Check them out online at fisherwindowanddoor.com. That's FISCHER, fisherwindow.com. Fisher Window and Door, providing you with quality American-made Marvin windows and doors. Visit their showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, Illinois, or online at fisherwindow.com. You are welcome to call in to Callier and Thompson phone line 636-9004 TMA. Email in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day, or you can text into the Schaefer Door Company text inbox, Schaefer Door, online at SCHAEFER door.com. If your garage door spring broke over the weekend, Schaefer sets aside times after the weekend, and today is Tuesday, but they have set aside times today to come out and fix it for you. SchaeferDoor.com. Call or text 636-782-3608. It's going to get you the quickest response time. They service all kinds of garage doors for service and new installs, and they have that Monday morning, or in the case of this week, Tuesday morning, standby service for those doors that break over the weekend. They also service commercial doors as well, so if you run a business or warehouse with big, tall doors, Schaefer's experienced in these types of jobs. Schaefer Door, a Clopay master authorized dealer, our text inbox sponsor, and they are hiring. So if you're interested in a job opportunity with Schaefer Door and Jason Gosrow, go to SchaeferDoor.com. All right, our prize for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today is to win 2 tickets to see Willie Nelson at the Outlaw Festival with Bob Dylan, John Mellencamp, and Southern Avenue. That is coming up this weekend, September 8th, at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. And you should probably spend some time thinking about that, if you would. Doug, here is Paul Feinbaum, and he's not happy with Dabo Swinney anymore.
Oh, he's not. Okay, I would like to hear that.
Greeny, sadly, it seems like Dabo this time is at Clemson. We have been writing them off for some time, but they've been hanging around. But they were up against the best kid on the block on Saturday, and they got manhandled. And there's nowhere to go for Dabo Swinney. He can complain about the criticism. He can say he's doing the right thing, but clearly he has screwed up badly.
How did he screw up exactly?
He does not participate in the transfer portal.
Oh, not at all?
Not at all. Army, Navy, Air Force, and Clemson are the 4 schools, I believe, that don't take
I get it with Army, Navy, and Air Force. I kind of understand that.
He's also not a big fan of NIL.
That'd be a big switch in the portal if you're going from Alabama. Next thing you know, you're in the Navy. You're on a boat somewhere in the Middle East.
Yeah. Well, life comes at you fast.
Yeah.
Along those lines, I had a roommate in college who would lactate. He's now an Instagram influencer. I never slept with him. I wanted to taste his milk. Had some shrimply pimples.
He didn't have milk. Jackson was telling us there's an orifice on the nipples the other day.
Doug, I'm lactating. Thanks.
You're not either.
That's a mic drop.
I had a groundswell of support for me over the weekend of people agreeing that.
Is that right? A lot of DMs.
I had someone come up to me and said, "Hey, Doug's way off. It's not like the pores at all. It's like it's a hole."
Yeah, I did some research. It's holes.
Yeah, it's not a hole.
Yeah, Doug apologized to the audience.
Males don't have holes in their nipples.
Yes, they do.
They don't.
They absolutely have holes.
Shrimply Pebbles text. Didn't you hear it? It's his roommate.
No, I'm not buying it.
Nice hole, Kai. Well, you can't lactate.
No, you can't.
You can't lactate, but the nipples still have holes in them.
Not a male nipple.
Yes, they do, Doug.
For what purpose?
The reason that males have nipples is because we all start as women in the womb.
Okay.
So that's why we have
Our
nipples.
holes close up.
No.
You had something come out of that hole?
I haven't.
No, neither has any other male.
I know, because we don't produce breast milk.
Okay, so we don't have a hole.
That's not the case. This is a tree fell in the
Get
forest
out your
situation.
nipple right now. Let's see if there's a hole in it.
Let's get out your nipple first. You're the seasoned vet.
Everybody rub their nipples together.
I know for sure there's not a hole in it.
You can't see it. It's not like you can, diddle it.
In order to be a
there.
hole, you have to be able to see it. We don't have invisible holes around here.
Clip that off. I am very serious when I say I had a male roommate who could lactate, and he is an Insta influencer. That's from Shrimply Pebbles. I guess we ought to look him up.
No, I don't buy what you're saying.
Brian Henson says men can lactate, you morons. Brian Henson, he's covering the cold. You like Anthony Richardson's over of 265 yards?
265. I was thinking more like 260. I think 265. I don't know.
They start the campaign off with the Texans? Ooh, they start off with... Ooh.
I got to do research. I don't know if you get this, Tim, because you play DraftKings, and you probably have more money than I do. But I get every once in a while, I get these tickets, free tickets
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
an NFL game. This one's for $4 million this week.
Doug, we ought to get in. I guess I got to go. I haven't gone to my DraftKings account in a long time.
Free tickets with a $4 million
It's a free
payout.
ticket to play a $4 million, and it's only a $5 buy-in if you don't have a ticket. It's a $5 buy-in for a $4 million purse.
So why
I'm
wouldn't you
about
do
to
it?
get paid in the Escalade.
How about that?
So I'm
Frank thinks he's going to win it.
Yeah, he does.
I got to work on it.
I have no tickets. That's what happens when you don't play for a while.
No.
Drat. I do have $1.18 in my balance, though. Is that a humble brag?
Cash out.
I left $25 in there a few years ago, and I can't remember the password to get back in. And
It's like
use
that
it,
Bitcoin guy.
$25.
Bitcoin guy who left $300 million in his Bitcoin account.
Very similar. Yeah.
I was down to $8 until I won this week.
Now you're what, $23?
58.
Hello, Vivian.
What? Did that guy just say we all start as women in the womb? That's from Harrison's Brother Master.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's true.
That is true.
We do not start as women in the womb, Jackson. Nipples develop prior to sex assignment. That's from Dingle My Berries.
Whatever. Not really looking to get into a biological thing here.
No. Because
what I've known to be true.
We all have been required to have doctorate degrees in order to
I agree
get
with
work in HD2.
That's right.
Isn't Cletus sustaining life via his nipples for the Florida Flower Man? It's from glove blogger Tom Traven. He's sustaining his life via his nipples. The Florida Flower milks from Cletus? I had never heard that.
Yes, all human embryos start out as female. Thank you.
Now I'm reading this. It's also possible for men to lactate. Lactating in a man can be a sign of an underlying medical condition that shouldn't be ignored.
Yeah, if you're sick.
Hormonal imbalance, tumors, hyperoidism. Other causes male can include medications, supplements, or nipple stimulation. So I guess a male can secrete milk.
Oh, milk?
It says lactate. What would they be lactating if it wasn't milk?
I don't know.
I need hot milk.
Orange juice?
I doubt that.
So if you are lactating, you may want to go see a doctor.
Yeah, this Instagram influencer.
I need some warm milk and some cookies.
I don't.
I need some cookies and some milk.
I don't.
Doug, Chairman Stephen Wildwood says the highest attendance the Cardinals are going to have this year is for the Sting and Billy Joel concert. As you know, that's on my birthday. I'll be pursuing the less popular MFF.
Okay.
Maybe at Busch Stadium. You think that'll be a good place to get one?
No. Be mostly older folks who've given up at this point.
Isn't that what it's like usually at those games?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that thing sold out, Iggy? You're usually our concert correspondent. Is it? It is?
But the Cardinals are sold out this year. Earlier in the year.
I'm sure they did early in the year. I would assume the opener.
Yeah, so one thing is to be the highest attendance.
Chairman Steve, apologize.
I don't know how it works, though, because, like, if you can get more or less people in the ballpark for a concert, because you obviously have people on the field, but you don't have people behind the stage.
Certain sections.
So I don't know if that I would assume it would be less. I assume you can get less people out there, because they don't have anybody on the diamond. You know, they have everyone seated in the outfield, not on the diamond.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, it'll be fun to see how it plays out.
If you're not in St. Louis, congratulations.
That hurts. I mean, what a big weekend it is, though. You got Evolution Festival, and you got Billy Joel and Sting. The Cardinals are going to clinch the wild card in Colorado or the city by the bay. I think that's where they are.
What's it going to take to clinch a wild card? Like 18 straight? We've decided they need 18 wins to possibly get in?
18-6 would be the record then. Tra-la-la-la-la-la.
I don't think that would do it. I don't think it would.
Well, I don't think they can go 18-6. There's nothing they've done this year that can show they go 18-6.
I agree with that premise.
I'll tell you what, I'm excited for this Brewers series.
Well, there you go, Truckles. You get the Cardinals tonight. Sonny Gray, toeing the slab. This begins the 18-game winning streak.
It's a catalyst.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm wrong about plenty. I was wrong as the day is long on the Milwaukee Brewers. I did not see it. And at this point, the Brewers are actually in the mix to have one of those buys that get you penalized. They're in the mix for the top 2 seeds.
I think you did say you weren't enamored with their lineup, but they had good pitching, and they lead the league in shutouts. I think they got 14 shutouts.
Yeah, but I mean, they've had to scrap together a lineup.
They're second in runs scored.
Yeah, I mean, I just did not see it. So tip of the cap.
Only the Dodgers have
to the
scored more
Brewers.
runs.
I mean, they have 102 more runs scored than the Cardinals. So,
But that's just playing silly numbers.
So you're right. You're right. That's that. You can
Slanted.
manipulate that data.
Their run differential is plus 139. The Cardinals is minus 58.
Okay. What are you trying to say?
Let me run the Cardinals Vaughn Index.
Yeah, so what you get?
If you'll give me just a second. Let's see, 69. Square root of 64 is, what, 8? Pi r.
Come on,
12.
Einstein.
Minus 12.
Minus 12.
Vaughn Index is a minus 12.
Pi r squared.
Now they're 12 games
Goes
back of the
in-
Brewers.
Yeah. So it worked out, and my math was correct.
The Brewers are 2 back of the Dodgers and only a half game back of the Phillies. So, tra-la-la-la-la-la. And then the Yankees and Orioles have the 2 top records in the American League, but one of them will be the 4 seed. Because, well, Doug, they both can't win the division.
No, they cannot. When you look at the teams ahead of the Cardinals in the wild card chase, it just feels like some of those teams are a lot better than the Cardinals. Not just the 5 or 6 games in the standings, but it feels like San Diego, Arizona, Atlanta, those are considerably better teams than the Cardinals.
Well, you can look at their lineups at this point, and the numbers certainly bear that out. Now, again, I said earlier in the season, I'm just like, I just don't see it with the Brewers. And some of the guys who've been raking, but still, some of the guys who were doing it yesterday are like, who are these guys? Garrett Mitchell? The hell's Garrett Mitchell?
He's from the Mitchell family. Jackson Churio has evolved into one of the
Jackson Burkett is high on the Jackson trifecta right now. Merrill, Holiday, Churio.
Yeah.
and Burkett.
And Burkett.
Yeah, and then
Quad.
Tim read
Mount
like the
Rushmore.
pipeline review last week, and there was like 3 Jacksons in there.
A lot of Jacksons out there.
So it's a great time to be named Jackson.
Cardinals are cooked. Why do we keep talking about this?
Oh, come on.
Sports. That's Mr. Sider. Sports. Blah, blah, blah. Talk about male secretion, you cowards. It's from Shipley Pibbles.
He didn't see that Siani's back. That'd be my guess.
He hit 2 yesterday, didn't he?
No, Pajes hit 2 home
Pajes,
runs.
yeah.
Pajes.
That'll do it. Back to you, Steve.
Pajes might be the catcher of the future for them. He might be the guy that gets the bulk of the catching duties next year.
It's great that they pay the
Contreras
guy
is still the
$20,000+.
DH.
It was good to see bringing Walker up and letting him play and actually having 5 hits in a game.
Yeah, how about that? 5 for 5. First time for the Cardinals since 2018. Who did it?
I would send him back down.
I guess Marp.
I think that's correct. That is correct.
I think only one of those hits left the park, so I think I'd send him down.
Need some work done in
Yeah,
that
fly
business.
balls, please.
Doug, what are we going to be pulling for in September? The Fighting Tigers? Doggies got to win this weekend.
Oh, did they really?
Oh, no. That ain't going to go well.
I didn't watch.
Oh, no.
I didn't watch.
That's Galaxy.
Best of luck.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, they went 1-0?
2-1.
2-1. Okay. Those are the 2 possible scores. But it's nice to see him get a little W. I know that will pick up the fan base, give a little boost to the city. Best soccer fans in America. It's just great.
You're not.
Happy to see it.
You're not.
Sit back toward the middle. City leads! Oh, isn't this wonderful? Jean Klaus, Post Malone, 3-2, St. Louis City, 4 minutes left in regulation.
What did Post Malone have to do with that?
The ball
He hit
probably
the post?
probably hit the woodwork.
Oh, so if it hits post and goes in, that's Post Malone?
Yep.
I don't mind it.
It's your Mount Rushmore of Post Malone beats.
Ooh, that's a good question. White Iverson has to be on there.
I go congratulations. Is that 2016 or 2017? 16?
Yeah, it's the biggest hit, so I'd throw that one on there. Money Made Me Do It. Love that one. And then I like the song Leave. The song's called Leave.
You good with Leave, Doug? You good with that?
Sunflower is actually his biggest hit, probably, so I'll have to throw that in there.
These days, I only listen to Shabuzi.
Who sampled Joshua's buddy Jaquan?
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Oh, I actually have the call of Joey Zanaboni's call.
Here we go, Doug.
I thought we just heard it.
No, that was from a different game.
Oh.
Attack back on City. Again in the chin in there. Cross. Yeah! Ridicello! Hello! City leads!
He's going to hurt himself. He can't have a long career screaming like that, can he?
I will say they did a pan around shot of the venue that after that goal. People go nuts. People are forgetting about the early part of the table. They're going nuts. There are flags waving.
It's about the atmosphere. It's not about the.
It was full park.
Sweet Sweet Kai, who is newly engaged, says, "Guess who has 2 thumbs up? Guess who has 2 thumbs and backdoor access now? No 48-hour rule here, Jack. Sweet Sweet Kai." So now that he's engaged, she's opened up her birthday hole?
I guess.
He has.
Oh.
He has.
So he's getting pegged? So he gets an engagement ring.
That's how I understood it.
And Warsonwood's Wacko says he got it from Zales, and it's a 29% finance rate that he got.
God. Well, she's paying for it, so it doesn't matter.
That's like credit card debt.
Yeah, she's paying for it.
So he is now, I thought he was getting it, but he's actually receiving?
That's how I took it.
This is like one of my childhood closest friends. This is just wild. This is like this is a fever dream.
Is it tough to picture your buddy getting pegged?
It's not ideal. I
Or
guess.
are you more comfortable with the idea that he now has access?
I think you just have a problem with the 29% interest rate.
Yeah, don't do that.
She got a ring and he got a strap on?
Oh.
Mr. Sider says he called the pegging. He'd like credit for that.
Well, I don't know. I don't think anyone's getting paid off of this.
Jackson, the more and more that your friends start getting married, does that put any pressure on you?
Oh, nice question, Aggie.
No. It's my situation's independent of any others.
I know, but some people, I don't know how you feel with relationships, but some people, when all their friends start getting married, they say, God, another one married. I mean, when am I going to get married? I don't have any friends left to go out with.
You get elbowed by the girlfriend during all these marriages you're going to. Say, when are we next? When are we next? When are we next? That's how they do it.
Hurt yourself hard.
That's how they do it with the elbow. When are we next?
I know. I get it.
They say it under their breath, but you still get the elbow.
I think every situation is different for every person. That's what I would say.
Oh, of course. That's why I wanted to know yours.
That was word salad like a college football coach.
That's Quinn Snyder. This is like my life, and I'm not really going to litigate it here on...
Oh, I think you should.
Okay. Right. I'll change my entire mental makeup.
Okay.
Yeah, you've given up too much information for these people.
Why would anyone admit to living in Warson Woods? It's a pimple on Rock Hill. Go back to mowing the fairway, Wacko. That's from the 636.
Oh, there's some gorgeous homes in Warson Woods.
I saw Kai's wife's ring on Insta. It still had sand on it from when he found it while raking a bunker on 7. An old lady lost it earlier in the week during a 65 and over scramble. It's from Wedding Tackle.
That's not a bad idea at all. If I was him, I would absolutely pounce on something like that.
You probably find one on a beach somewhere. If you went like Monday morning to a beach with one of those metal detectors, you could probably get yourself a wedding ring.
Sweet Kai is very resourceful, so maybe he did that.
Yeah, it'd be embarrassing.
She doesn't have to
I feel
know.
bad for the older people that are out there every morning doing that, trying to find some coins.
Well, it's just a hobby as much as anything.
I know.
Walk on the beach. I don't feel bad for anybody doing that.
Yeah. Those things aren't light. It's kind of a heavy thing.
Hey, guys, if we figured out where Pale is moving and who he's bunking with, that's from Big Tufts.
Nope and nobody.
Nope and nobody.
I mean, my girlfriend.
But you are moving.
Yeah, my girlfriend's going to stay over my place all the time.
Oh, okay. Doug, do you have a problem with
that?
that?
Moving in. She's not moving in.
Okay.
Did she get a drawer?
You can have as many drawers as you want. What do I have?
You don't have clothing of any sort?
Clothing? I don't have... I wear shorts and T-shirts every single day. It's not a very dense wardrobe.
She's going to want you to upgrade that one.
I have one suit, one wingdinger, like I'm Dennis Hopper. And
you need a couple of suits of clothes.
I have one. That's all I need. One Navy suit.
How about slacks and breeches?
I got a pair. Works for golf and for
just
hanging
one
out.
pair of pants?
No, one pair of pants. I'm not like a cartoon character. I have... multiple pairs of pants. Where did we go? Where's this conversation going?
Tuff just wants to know who you're living with and where.
Nobody. Well, why would I say where?
Well, can you at least
what's the upside of me saying where I live?
Can you at least give us a save the date notice?
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, if you could.
Yeah.
All right.
Sinner. That's from Mr. Big Cream.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, do you feel like you're violating the law of moral, upstanding people by having sleepovers pre-marriage?
Yes, there's nothing more I love doing than policing the sexual lives of others.
Cut that off.
That's how I like to do it. But I have a defense.
What is it?
Nothing.
Oh.
Book.
Okay.
You don't have that rule in
Judaism?
Judaism, do you?
If we did, I wouldn't follow it. I don't really
not many
describe myself as a secular man, secular Jewish man. Are you? I don't necessarily follow every rule. Certainly don't keep kosher. I like a piece of bacon.
I'm not sure how many religions there are out there that people follow every rule.
Some will tell you they will.
Yeah, they tell you, but they don't really.
Pick and choose.
Yeah.
Either way, that isn't going to be a problem with me.
Okay. The problem is that you only have that one pair of pants.
That's the core
And
issue.
sooner or later, they're going to rip. Or you're going to get too heavy to squeeze into them.
No, that's the opposite. That's actually the case.
You're losing weight still.
I'm staying at a good pace, but I do like some of the pants I used to have are totally useless to me, which is a nice thing, actually.
And this is from binging and purging?
Yeah, it's a real up and down situation, a roller coaster. No, I've stayed at this weight now for like a year and change, so I'm feeling great.
Okay.
I don't know why I bought these pants. Sometimes you get such a deal, you don't care what the size is. And I got these at Macy's a while back from the last act. And they were gorgeous pants. They were they're like $18 for like a $120 pair of pants.
You had to have them.
And they were 34 waist.
Well, that's not you.
I wear 32. So I bought them. But man, the belt is, I got to put the belt so tight to get these things to stay up.
Can you take them to a tailor?
If I don't put a belt on, these things just fall off me down to my knees.
Take them to a tailor.
No, I just put the belt on, but I got to really put it tight.
No.
Were they able to fit you in some coonskin boy panties?
It's the obvious drop there.
You don't buy your underwear at the last act at Macy's, do you?
No, I buy it at Kohl's.
Oh, okay.
Gildan's.
Do they just have it loose, or they come in a pack?
And you're still wearing bikini briefs?
I think they stopped selling Gildan's at Kohl's. I can't find them. Yeah, I usually get 4-pack, 6-pack, whatever is on sale.
Bikini briefs.
I guess that's what they're called. Briefs. Not bikini briefs, briefs.
We're sitting here again talking about the same things.
No, we haven't talked
You can
about
play that every day.
That's
multiple times.
That's going to be the drop that keeps on giving. I'm just telling you right now.
Doug Larry Nickel wants to talk about the same things. Here he
okay.
is on the Callier and Thompson phone lines.
Hello, Nixie.
Good morning, guys. What's up?
Not much. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, then.
Nice. Sick.
Well, you're the wrestling correspondent. What happened on the presentation last evening, please?
There were 2 more triple threat tournament matches to determine the number 1 contender to the Intercontinental Championship.
Okay.
And the first one, it was Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee versus Ilya Dragunov.
Mm-hmm. What's his last name?
And the winner of that triple threat match was Ilya Dragunov, so he went on to the finals, which was a fatal 4-way match.
Sounds like an unfortunate surname.
Well, that's what they came up with. So
okay,
I'm not gonna argue with that.
No, I could see why you wouldn't.
And then the second one, it was supposed to be Sheamus versus Louis Kaiser versus Big Boss Reed.
Yeah.
But the day of the show, Big Boss Reed was out due to not being medically cleared, aka COVID. So they had to find a replacement the day of the show, which was that night. And of course, it came out to be that big SOB Braun Strowman.
Oh, gosh. He just happened to be there?
What?
He just happened to be there?
Yes.
Okay.
And of course, he won that triple threat match, so he's on to the Fatal 4-Way Finals to determine the number 1 contender to the Intercontinental Championship.
Okay.
And speaking about matches for the determine number 1 contenders, they have women's tag match to determine the number 1 contenders to the women's tag team titles, which are currently held by Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, who beat Isla Dawn and Ella Fire this past Saturday at the Bash in Berlin.
Wait, what show you watching?
I watching the Paralympics.
Oh, nice.
Please turn down the audio of the TV before you call in.
Why, Doug?
Well, so we can hear you better.
You mean speak louder?
Yeah, no, just turn the
Or
TV
just turn
down.
the TV down.
Just for a moment.
You're not watching it while you talk, are you?
I can multitask.
Okay. All right. So anything else happen, or was that about it?
I was getting to that. You guys told me that's in the TV now.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead and get to it.
Good for you, Larry.
Did you have a remote, or you got to get up with the couch to turn it down?
I have a remote. Okay, getting back to what I was talking about before I was so really interrupted by Doug telling me to turn the volume down.
Gosh, sorry.
Yeah, Doug.
There was another number one contenders match, like I was talking about, between the former champions Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Damage Controls, EO Sky, and Kyrie Zane. And of course, the winners of that match were the former champions Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Okay, that's
Congrats.
an interesting update. Yeah. All right. Well, it sounds like a heck of a presentation they had last night.
Yeah, and then of course Drew McIntyre came out and beat up CM Punk again.
Oh, why does he keep doing that?
Because they had CM Punk and Drew McIntyre had a strap match at the Bash in Berlin. CM Punk won that match, and he was talking to me about Drew McIntyre being in CM Punk's back mirror. And then, of course, Drew McIntyre came out, beat the holy high heck out of CM Punk.
He beat the what out of him?
Holy high heck?
Holy high.
Okay.
Yes. And, of course, he took the bracelet that had CM Punk's wife and dog's name on it, and instead of putting it back on his wrist like he did last time, he actually snapped the bracelet in half where all the beads came off and stuck the beads down CM Punk's throat.
What kind of
anal
man,
beads,
what kind
anal
of
beads.
Man is he?
No, I said down the throat, not up the butt.
God!
Wow.
Larry, do you know when
Anyway.
that McMahon? Sorry to interrupt, but do you know when that McMahon documentary is coming out?
It should be sometime next month on Netflix.
There you go.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, get back to the CM Punk Drew McIntyre saga.
Oh, Doug, it's not over.
Okay.
September
When
25th.
CM Punk was going back
that
to
a
the
Wednesday?
Amherst to go to the local
Wednesday.
medical facility in Denver, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Drew McIntyre came to the stretcher and beat up CM Punk some more to where security and officials had to separate CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Apparently, Drew McIntyre thinks that the thing with CM Punk is still going on.
Seems like
Because
overkill.
this all started way back in January at the Royal Rumble.
When does the WWE move to Netflix and it's going to become, what, R-rated? Is that what I heard?
That'll be January of next year, Doug.
Okay.
Nice. R-rated. That's something to look forward to.
Well,
Think they'll have more girl activity?
I hope so.
Oh,
Clip that off.
So they can technically show boob on there if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So you could have a striptease match.
I don't think they would.
I'm pro boob, as you know.
Isn't a large chunk of their audience pretty young kids?
Well, why would you move to Netflix?
More money?
And more boob.
Not necessarily more boob, it's usually money.
Amen. No, I think this is all about the principle of you being able to show breasts.
Right.
Larry, do you have the top 5 countries in the world available?
Yes, I do, Tim. Thanks for asking.
No rum.
Okay, number 5 will be Spain.
Okay.
Number 4 will be the Netherlands. Number 3 will be Australia. Number 2, Canada. Number 1, United States of America.
Yes!
So we still
There
got
it is. That's a winner, a World Series winner for the Cardinals. Larry, God bless you, and God bless these United States of America.
Yeah, God bless America.
All right, thank you, Nixie.
Beer Cat says, turn down the damn television!
Oh.
Very frustrated with the segment, Beer Cats. You can text in Schaefer Door Company. Text inbox 314-881-TMA5. But here we go. We're giving away 2 tickets to see Willie Nelson at the Outlaw Festival with Bob Dylan, John Mellencamp, and Southern Accent this September 8th. Talking 5 days at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater with the Design Air Heating and Cooling Email of the Day prize. The morning after at InsideSTL.com comes your way in about, I'll say 40 minutes. Then Jackson and I go down the hallway. And Jackson, you've got it all set up. I think the lead's college football. You probably were going to do Cardinals. I'm going college football. I don't know what else to say about the Cardinals at this point. Yeah, compare and contrast him with the Blues. No, I've done it 7,000 times this year. I can't do it anymore.
Little Pesci coming out.
And it's like I gotta do something different. It's just the body's cold.
My first question was, what is the lead today? Like, what is like?
Nice, Doug. What's the lead?
Sounds like it's Wide Berth Tuesday.
I called this one Long Weekend Short Show.
Let me know when you want to break down that WNBA Rookie of the Year. I'll come in.
There you go. That could be a nice guest.
I think doing that after the first weekend of college football would be prime.
If you came in and I could stay in character,
yeah,
broke that down.
Have you seen the percentage increases in merchandising and ticket sales all over the?
Everybody's got their
WNBA?
Fever jerseys.
Yeah, it's
They have
remarkable.
fever.
Remarkable.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So Iggy, come loaded with all those stats.
Oh, I got all the stats.
Okay.
I gotta discuss it with all these Angel Reese lovers every day.
Those don't exist.
You're in like a chat room on the WNBA?
The Twitter is just just change it to Angel Reese Hate Zone.
People hate Angel Reese on Twitter, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't hate Angel Reese. I think she's a great basketball player. But to even say she's close to Rookie of the Year is just stupid.
I saw that maybe you even posted Iggy, Gino Auriemma before the season starting, saying what idiots people were to think that Caitlin Clark was going to go right into the WNBA and be a successful player.
Yeah.
I mean, he just railed on her. Said people don't know what they're talking about. She doesn't have the body type for it. She's not going to make it. Really pretty incredible.
I don't care! That's Chairman Stephen Wildwood.
Okay, Steve.
Yeah, why don't you call in him, Boris?
Oh, Bill. Doug, we do have some breaking local sports news.
What?
All signs are pointing to Blues defenseman Torrey Krug being unavailable for the upcoming season, and now it's official. He is going to have surgery on his left ankle, and he will be sidelined indefinitely. In July, the Blues revealed that Krug was dealing with pre-arthritic changes in his ankle that were cumulative result of bone fractures suffered during his career. They said he'd undergo rehabilitation for the ankle for 6 to 8 weeks, then be reevaluated to determine whether or not surgery would be required. Now that the procedure has been deemed necessary, the Blues know that they'll be without the defenseman for at least the 24-25 season. This is the 4th year. Good news. There's still 3 more years left.
Oh.
What happened?
Another 3 years after this?
Yeah, $45.5 million contract.
Oh.
What's wrong? Why?
And he's making $6 or $7 million a year, right?
I mean, that's what. But why are you upset?
Gosh.
So he'll have 2 more seasons left in the contract after missing the upcoming season. The number of additions to the team's blue line this offseason were an indication that it was prepping for Krug's absence. This could mean the end of Krug's playing career, per Jeremy Rutherford, and if not, perhaps his days in St. Louis. There's no guarantee the surgery will lead to him returning to the ice, so that'll have to be monitored as he recovered. Keep in mind, he invoked his no trade and nixed a deal in 2023 that would have sent him to the Flyers. The Blues have brought in Broberg this offseason, and in addition, Suter as well. So they have a number of defensemen, and so now the question becomes, what does it mean for the salary cap? According to Puckpedia, the Blues have a projected salary cap hit of $85.8 million, and that leaves them about $2.2 million below the NHL's $88 million cap ceiling for this upcoming season. The $85.5 million cap hit includes Krug's annual AAV of 6.5. As the Blues roster sits now, they don't necessarily need to use Krug's cap space on another addition, but if they want to make an addition and it costs more than $2.2 million in space, they can enter long-term injured reserve and surpass the cap ceiling by $6.5 million, Krug's cap hit, for as long as he's out. So, therefore, the Blues theoretically have room now.
Yeah. Like $8 million or so to play with still.
That's right.
I'd do it for 2.2.
So you're willing to go out there and do it?
You would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No less than 2.
You can't skate, though, right?
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Reluctant Cuck's not happy with the show. But hey, per this show, the Blues front office is terrific. That was like a way to take a shot at us.
Sick. Well, that was a move that certainly did not work in a big way.
Yeah, that one was a screaming overreaction to the Pietrangelo debacle.
It's like, see, we don't need you.
Yeah.
She's a stick, huh?
Yeah.
See, my opinion is that you can think somebody knows what they're doing and is showing good faith in running an organization without being perfect. But perhaps the reluctant cuck sees things otherwise? And if so, why? I doff my cap.
Paul Skeens.
Yeah, like the guy in the Cardinal crowd.
Tennis elbow after it.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll close out the Fisher Window and Door Store 8 o'clock hour. It's a Marvin Door company. We'll come back with our 9 o'clock hour. And the 9 o'clock hour here on TMA is now presented to you by the 5P Academy and Hustle and Heart Sports Performance Center. That's coming your way. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. First one for the month of September coming up. This is TMA presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
Looking for the perfect spot for your next private event? Whether it's a baby shower, bridal shower, birthday party, or business meeting, Rosalita's has you covered. Enjoy the vibrant atmosphere in one of Rosalita's 2 exclusive private rooms with a customized menu that is perfect for your upcoming event. And if you're planning a date night, don't miss the lively mariachi nights every Friday and Saturday. Plus, Rosalita's gift cards make the perfect gift for any occasion. Come celebrate at Rosalita's, where every event is a fiesta. Learn more at rosalitascantina.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications, known for their top quality work and outstanding customer service. It's officially Jeep and Bronco season. Pure Performance carries any accessory for your vehicle, old models to brand new. From sunshades, soft tops, trail doors, to off-road gear like bumpers and light bars, Pure Performance has you covered. Stop by the Pure Performance showroom at 3725 Harry S. Truman Boulevard in St. Charles or visit pureperformance.com. That's PURperformance.com.
When it comes to coverage, you want the best, on and off the field.
Hi, I'm Marvin Burks. I'm the safety on the field, and I trust James Carch and State Farm to be my safety net off the field.
Thanks, Marvin. Whether it's a game-changing tackle or safeguarding your future, we have you covered. Check us out online at carltoninsurance.net.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door, online at fisherwindow.com.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Hustle and Heart Sports Performance is the one-stop shop for St. Louis area football-specific and athletic training located in O'Fallon, Missouri. Hustle and Heart utilizes the top trainers in St. Louis, led by its owner, 8-year NFL vet Pierre Desir. We have a 40-yard turf field, college-style weight room, red light sauna, and a state-of-the-art recovery room to service all of your athletes' needs. For more info, check out hustleandheartsportsperformance.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and does not provide tax advice.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Introducing the first ever TMA Banty Brew, a 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and coriander and an image of all four TMA boys across the front. The Banty Brew, a refreshing ale made with white wheat, ground coriander, and fresh whole oranges. Head to any Salt and Smoke location today to try the TMA Banty Brew. Must be 21 or older to consume or purchase. See the can at tmastl.com and find a participating location to try it for yourself. Brought to you by Charlottesville Brewery and Winery in St. Genevieve, Show Me Beverages, and Salt and Smoke. Find out more at tmastl.com.
He shoots, he scores!
Another blues season is coming. Get ready for the second annual Blues and Brews event, Friday, September 20th at the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. Get fired up for another blues season at this outdoor street party featuring live music from country music star Matt Stell.
I've been from Savannah to Long Beach.
And St. Louis's own Charles Glenn Group, plus appearances by blues players and alumni, food trucks, giveaways, and more. Tickets are just $20 and on sale now. Blues and Brews, presented by Bud Light, 92.3 WIL and 101 ESPN. Find out more at tmastl.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Come back
now.
It's the Brown & Crouppen Morning After
On KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Round. So sick.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Doug, take a listen to this breakdown.
Sounds like it was recorded into a loaf of bread.
This body is a masterpiece.
Yep. Could be talking about any of us there.
Yeah, that's true.
Welcome back. It's TMA. And the program is presented to you by Brown & Crouppen. This 9 o'clock hour is presented to you by the 5P Academy and Hustle and Heart Sports Performance. Welcome in to them as a sponsor here on the program. And Jackson Mark Hanna has been a sponsor on this program for a while, and I think he's online at evergreenstl.com, and I think he announced and he loves America.
Yes.
Oh, does he?
Yes, he loves America, and he loves helping his clients. And you can become a client by just giving Mark Hanna a call. Go on his website, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. You go check him out, and you're going to go start with a 15, 20-minute phone call just discussing your needs. Maybe you don't have much knowledge at all about finance or the financial future or saving money. I was certainly in that boat. But when you talk with Mark Hanna, he's so good at conveying his message, educating people on their finances, helping them build a plan, a custom plan that's going to work for them. And if you have questions down the line, line or you need to get in touch with Mark Hanna, you always can. That's why I love having him in my corner when it comes to something as important as my financial future. The last thing you want to do is be left out in the lurch and try to figure it out on your own. Bad idea. A good idea is calling Mark Hanna. He loves America and he loves working with his clients. Call Mark Hanna today.
314-889-0503 or go online at evergreenstl.com and work with Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Do you want to support the EDF Group as a sponsor of TMA? Well, it's real simple. Do you have a fire extinguisher where you work? The answer is yes, you certainly do. So please email the EDF Group at fire@theedfgroup.com so a technician can come out and explain to your team how the EDF Group can save your company money. Again, that email address is fire@theedfgroup.com. The EDF Group is hot and will prevent your facility from having hot fires. Experience the EDF Group difference. Learn more at theedfgroup.com. Design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day coming your way, in about 25 minutes. Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. We're giving away tickets to see Willie Nelson at the Outlaw Festival. Bob Dylan, John Mellencamp, Southern Access Avenue, joining him on September 8th. At Hollywood Casino Amphitheater.
91 years old, man. He's still playing.
And he's going to be out there. We're giving away 2 tickets to see him for winning the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. The Ascension is in town this week. Jackson and I, we get to play in the Pro-Am on Thursday, Doug. Look at that. And I would assume we'll be playing with Bernard Lager, and I'm going to play him 10,000 a hole. So, no pops either.
Take his measure. He could probably pay up if you beat him.
Yeah. So
how much fun would it be if you got to play with Russell Henley and you got...
Russell Henley's on the...
Not Russell Henley. Russell Hensby, sorry.
Oh, Mark Hensby.
Mark Hensby.
Close.
Russell, Mark Hensby,
Close.
Helsley, whatever.
I'm with
Ryan
you.
Helsley and Russell Henley. We're playing with them.
Wellington's guy.
You would be in the same group with Wellington.
I wonder if we can... I don't know how they orchestrate who you get to play with.
I think it's a draw.
Well, I think there's an event maybe tonight or tomorrow in which people get to bid on people, I thought.
Oh, really?
And they raise money for charity, I think.
Well, you better go.
No, in this case, it'll
Bid on
be
who
the
you wanna play
pros.
with.
It'll be the pros bidding on you, Tim.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I actually agree with Doug, and I'm glad you said it because I didn't want to say it. You're the one who said it.
Self-gonging.
And you got Stricker and John Daly just bidding millions to play with Tim.
Daly played with some members of the Blues last year. I remember seeing him out there probably 3 holes before he decided to bail on the round and just start kicking field goals at Lutheran North.
Yeah, he does that quite a bit.
Yeah. But Wellington will be out there carrying the bag of Mark Hensby. A distinct-looking fellow, for those not familiar with him.
What's he look like?
He's got like long curly hair and a big goatee.
Oh.
Yeah. Australian.
Oh, is he really?
Stuart Sink will be there. Golf Talk here on TMA brought to you by the Ascension Charity Classic, which starts on Friday. And then they're doing a Mizzou versus the Lou match on Saturday. It's Macklin, Denario Alexander, Sean Weatherspoon, and I can't remember who the other one is. Maybe Kevin Rutland, taking on Perunovic and Aeneas Williams. See if you can find that, Jackson. I looked it up, and I'm forgetting who the members of the St. Louis side are. So, there you go.
Look that up, Jackson.
I gotcha. Oh, yeah, Kevin Rutland was correct. Chris Pronger.
Oh, Prongs. Prongs. What is he, a 6, 7?
No, I don't have any idea.
Jake Neighbors, Perunovic,
Oh, Jakey
Macklin, Sean Weatherspoon, and Marshall Falk.
Not 28.
Okay. Pretty good team they put together.
I wonder how good... I have no idea how good Denario Alexander is at golf.
Doug, you monitor the
I don't
Gins.
know.
Boy, he could catch a fade pass, though.
He could really fly.
Yeah,
I thought he'd
knee
be
issues.
big time.
If he would have been healthy, he
Good
would have
guy.
been. I agree with you on that.
That's kind of new. They usually have Ozzy playing every year.
A lot of home run by the Wizard.
He's probably out there somewhere.
What's the weather looking like for Thursday, Tim?
I think it's absolutely
Good.
perfect.
There's no rain at all.
Just glorious conditions.
That's right.
Upper 80s Thursday, up to 89.
That's fine.
That'll be the hot
79
day.
Friday.
That'll allow my ball to travel far.
In the 70s Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Really is fun. I'd get out there if you get a chance. We've got nothing to do. I was there last year. I got to sit up in the 18th suite on Saturday.
Yeah, that's sweet. And you can sign up. I don't know if we've closed that contest or
It is
not.
closed.
It is closed. That's a great setup there.
That's the course where you drove your car on the cart path, right? You got lost.
That was
Well,
a fun day.
I didn't do it purposely. Made a wrong turn out of the
Parking lot.
That's where the maintenance guys parked, and I didn't know that. I made a wrong turn.
Right onto the course proper. With your car.
Can you imagine being a course official there?
The media's doing it again.
They wouldn't like that in January, much less the day before their
the red sedan coming up the cart path on 15.
They were yelling at me like they yelled at Ty Webb when he brought his car with Rodney Dangerfield out to the first tee.
Did you have to go backwards to get off the path? Because you don't want to turn around, do a U-turn on the course.
I had to go into the grass a little bit.
Oh, no.
I drove up to the tee box, and they started yelling at me. I said, I made a wrong turn. You got to go back. I said, well, I know that. I can't go that way.
Clearly you made a wrong turn.
So I had to back up, then I had to actually turn into the grass a little bit.
There was probably so much commotion on those walkie-talkies. Because in their mind, who knows what's going on where they are? Was a rogue vehicle on the course?
I wonder if they put out a silver alert.
Probably like calling security, like, hey, there's some nut job.
Shoot him if you have to.
Yeah.
Was there panic in your mind when you realized you were driving on the golf course?
Yeah, because I wasn't sure how I was going to get out of there. I guess I had to go back to the other way, go back through the maintenance shed again. But
right through the shed.
I was like, oh my God, there were golfers there too.
Oh, no. And it was so confusing as to whether to travel on the big divided street or the cart path that you chose the cart path.
There was no big divided street, Doug, where I went. Instead of going one way
out,
out,
he was out on Lucas and on.
Instead of going one way out, I went where the maintenance guys take their carts out to the course, and I turned on the wrong path.
Yeah.
Nothing I could do then.
Well, it's hard to believe they didn't invite us back.
That's really funny.
I invited Tim and Jackson back because
But
they
not
weren't
to show.
driving on the cart pass.
Right, they're young enough to know the difference between the street and the cart.
You think this was an age thing?
I think it's
you think there are a
ages.
lot of people who are older who are driving on the cart path?
They worry about me too.
Yeah. Should we invite Iggy out? No, he drove his car onto our cart path, and we've seen pictures of him driving in wet conditions that are photoshopped.
That might be enough.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
They can mess up one golf course, and I'm living with it the rest of my life.
Right.
Is Harrington not playing crowdsourcing? I'm just looking at the field right now, and he's not listed.
Podrick?
Yeah, that surprises me.
Yeah. Isn't he defending champion?
Here's Hensby, Doug. You see how he's a distinct-looking cat when you say?
Oh, yeah.
See, Iggy? Russell Henley, Mark Hensby?
Yeah. He was suspended for about a year for, I think he took something illegal.
Really? Oh, God.
I think he did.
Hello, Vivian?
Another flashback to Jack Clark. Just don't say I know for a fact, or else Wellington's going to be suing me.
No, I don't think he did it purposely, but it was something that was banned, I think.
What was the name of that guy who was down there? Guerrero?
Who's that?
The guy the steroid guy who they had, the guy down in Miami who's giving guys, was it Alex Guerrero or something like that?
Oh.
Who was it?
Doug will check on that.
You're crowdsourcing. No. We're very much against
dangerous territory at that.
Yeah.
So start speculating on who's giving out steroids.
Hensby gives curious response to a year-long suspension for violating anti-doping policy.
What was his response?
According to Hensby, following a first-round 78 at Sanderson's Farms in October, he was approached by a tour official for a drug test. Hensby claimed that because he had used the bathroom on the 17th hole, he'd be unable to provide a sample for hours. Receiving word from someone standing by that he wasn't required to stay, Hensby left the course. I don't know, then he got suspended.
That got him suspended?
No, I guess his test came back with something that he wasn't supposed to do.
Okay. You wouldn't
Time to take a break.
I'm reading from an article. I didn't make it up.
You're
No.
right. It was just what had to be played. You were right, Diggs.
You wouldn't think that'd be a big issue in golf, but I guess it is. Enough that they got to check.
Yeah. If he can give you an advantage, you're going to do it.
Yeah, I don't know what it was that he took that was banned, but there's so many different things that are banned. You could take some cough syrup and find out there's something in it that gets you banned. You don't know.
And there's a lot of people that age, 50 and over, that are probably on some kind of medication, even if you're a professional golfer.
Yeah, Hensby doesn't look like a guy that's going to take steroids to play better.
No.
Yeah, I don't see Patty Harrington. I'm texting with Spencer right now.
He did win last year, didn't he?
He didn't. He was
Or was it 2
involved
years
in
ago?
that. Yeah, Steve Flesh won.
Steve Flesh last.
Who won the year that you destroyed the course?
Steve Flesh.
Well, that had been last
Yeah.
year, so it was Flesh. So.
Okay.
And I think I parked in. Yeah, because actually I parked in Harrington's spot.
Oh, gosh. That's why he's not back.
So you started partying out in Patrick's spot, and when they told you to get lost, you drove on the course?
No, not the same day. It was I had to go pick something up or something. I don't know. Media credentials or something. And I parked in Patrick Henry's spot. He's not here yet. I'm just going to park in his spot.
Absolutely. You had yourself quite a little day, didn't you?
Then Billy Andrade. Billy Andrade, who I know a little bit.
Sure.
Well, I do.
You're tight.
He used to be a regular guest on my show in Springfield. But as I'm getting out of the car, he goes, "How you doing, Patty?"
Well, was it marked or anything? Did it said?
It said defending champion Patrick Harrington. There's
And
a sign.
that's where you parked your car.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't. I knew he wasn't going to be there that early.
How would you know that?
They don't get in that early.
But you didn't know that?
Well, I did know that.
No, you didn't. For all you knew, he may have had an appointment with somebody or an interview or something.
I took a chance.
Well, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah. Well, you don't lack for confidence, I'll give you that.
No, I just don't care.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
The rules simply don't apply to you.
Rules don't apply to me.
No. It's for someone else. Or for
I'm
losers.
sure Patty wouldn't have cared. Yeah, I'll park in that spot over. Go ahead, take my spot.
No, then that guy would be with us.
I can see angry pouting and defiantly driving his car onto the course, then yelling, "I know peppermint bowling ball, and you know what I meant," and other Kenisms as he frantically tried to back up. That's from Brian Henshin, and he's got the Colts this week.
Well, I said I made a mistake.
Yeah. Were people running after you, yelling?
No, those guys in the first tee were yelling as my cart was coming toward them.
Your car, not your cart.
Hey!
Yeah.
Back out! I said, well, I'm coming up here to turn around.
You
Hold
started
off.
firing back
Yeah,
at
one
them.
guy hit. One guy teed off.
Well, you were right there next to the tee box?
No, I was driving up.
It starts with a G and ends with an ale vulva.
So he hit it in your direction or away from you?
Well, I was on the cart path. I wasn't in the fairway.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have shanked one into my car, but...
So he did hit one into
Yeah,
you.
he thought he was going to be defiant. Screw this guy, I'm hitting.
He was the defiant one. Not the guy driving
You
his
could have
car.
waited for me to get up there. I apologize. I'm waving my hand. Sorry, boys.
Patty Harrington, I'm texting with Spencer at the Ascension right now, and Patty Harrington is not playing for the record this week.
He got so upset with the parking
I think that's probably what it was with the parking spot.
Came last year and his spot was taken. He said, hell with this.
Defending champ can't even park.
Henshin wants security cam footage.
Of what?
Of you driving on the cart path.
There's a
up to tee
picture.
box.
Is there a picture?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Oh my God! I need that right now.
I don't know who took it. I think I did, actually.
You took the picture of your vehicle?
No, I took a picture from the window. I said, well, made a wrong turn, ended up on the cart path, and I took a picture of me on the cart path.
I'm sure they're also glad that the person who's driving up the tee box is now taking a picture of himself.
I mean, it was so embarrassing. I said, nobody's going to believe this. I got to get a picture of this.
Beer Cat says every time he tells a story, he adds more fake details. I remember this story from last year.
It definitely happened.
I didn't add anything to it. What do you think? I make that up that I'm an idiot? Hey, I'm going to make something up that I drove on a cart path because I'm a moron.
Yeah, you don't have.
Chairman Kirk just sent in the image of Iggy on the cart path.
He's got it. He does have it. That's the picture you took?
I think so, unless somebody else took a picture.
Now, were the wheels wide enough or narrow enough to fit on the cart path, or were you going over the grass?
They weren't hanging
Trying
off.
to see which hole this was.
It was so where we parked. Like if you went out that back side of the parking lot, you would have been right there.
I do recognize.
It's right by Lutheran North. That's the whole patch of holes right by Lutheran North.
If Iggy's caption is correct, it's the 16th.
Doug, the story's 16th.
Okay. Well, I guess it had to undergo major renovation after that.
I didn't leave any tracks. It wasn't wet.
Well, you had to turn around at some point.
Well, I did, but
So
it
that's where
wasn't
the
wet.
tracks were.
No, it was just right by the cart path. I turned around. It wasn't like I pulled up on the tee box and turned around.
Yeah.
How else was I going to get out?
I don't know. Back up?
I was already on the cart path now.
Yeah, so just back up on the cart path.
It was easier for me to go straight.
And then to turn on the grass.
I'm not good at backing up.
Okay. Well, they'd been seeding and watering that grass for many, many months, just for that moment. Then to have the media do this to them.
Did no damage.
Media.
I followed rules. I want people to know that.
What day was that?
The media is
might
not
have been
that,
a pro-am day. I don't know.
The media is
It
not
was.
that soft in this town when we're willing to drive over your golf course.
I don't remember. I think I knew at the time who the golfer was, but I forgot who it was.
The one who went ahead and hit anyway.
No, it was a foursome. It was a pro-am, fivesome. And I got up to the tee box, and I knew who the golfer was, and I can't remember who it was.
You mean the pro golfer,
Yeah.
not the one who hit into you.
Yeah, the pro golfer. I can't remember who it was.
Now, had he hit and shattered your windshield, would he have been liable? Or could he have made the reasonable argument that I just didn't think that there would be a car on the fairway when I hit?
Oh, I'm sure I got blamed for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I got rear-ended by an 18-wheeler, and it was my fault.
Yeah. Well, your car just simply disintegrated that day, right?
Just left holding the steering wheel.
I was sitting on the pavement with a steering wheel. The car go.
Right on 270.
I can laugh now, but it wasn't funny then.
How many pieces were left?
It's the wheel.
Was it just scattered all around the highway?
No, the golf clubs weren't even messed up, and my whole trunk was bashed in, but the clubs weren't touched.
And an 18-wheeler hit you.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky you survived that.
No damage to him.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Anybody, by chance, big time crowds, remember the name of the pro I played with last? Did you play? One of you guys play with me last year?
Oh, you told me. Was he on the show? Was it
we all played,
Labritz or
who?
Some guy begins with an L. He's on the
Labritz, I didn't play
You didn't?
with
I
him.
thought that's who you played with.
No, this guy was from Jupiter. His son played baseball in Jupiter with Matt Holliday's son, who's supposed to be better than Jackson. I can't remember the guy's name. Nice enough guy, amusing guy. Spencer said he thought it might be a guy named Chris Blanks.
Yeah, hold on.
That sounds familiar.
He Monday qualified last year, but he didn't make it this year. Yeah, I think he was a Monday qualifier.
Looking through our archives to
That
find
sounds
out.
right.
I saw Jackson Holliday play a little yesterday with Baltimore. He looks like he's 15 years old. He really does look like a high school kid out there.
How old is he? 20? Is he 20?
Maybe.
This weekend,
He's
that Matt
good.
Holliday threw out the first pitch to Jackson.
That's right.
Well, okay, we don't have the name that Tim
Steve
played.
Spratt?
Chris Blanks.
No.
I think it's Chris Blanks.
Chris Blanks.
That name sounds familiar to me after hearing it.
With the magic of Google, I can look him up, and I would say I played with Chris Blanks based on looking at the image. Yeah.
I guess Jay Williamson isn't playing anymore. I know
Jay Delsing's playing.
Delsing got the
Jay
exemption,
Haas
I
is
think.
playing.
The last couple of years, I gave it to Williamson because I think he was playing a little bit. I don't think he's played one event this year.
Doug, is Jay Williamson playing?
I don't know.
Yeah, at some point, you just say, I've had my run. Now it's time to spend more time doing other things.
How old is he at this point?
I would think JW's got to be 54, 55.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing about golf. You can play a lifetime.
It's so close to having 2 PGA Tour wins.
Boy, that's the truth.
Well,
he is 57.
That's close.
Yeah. Still a career any of us would have loved to have had, whether we got those wins or not.
Oh, yeah.
But we didn't, because we don't have the talent.
What?
We don't have the talent.
I think Tim's going to qualify for the U.S. Open
I don't
next
think
year.
he's going to make it.
I remember the first time
I don't know if I am, honestly.
Yeah, you'll be ready. You got a few years to go.
Absolutely.
I remember the first time I played with JW, the first time I actually met him. Me, him, Jay Jr., and I don't know who the fourth was. We were playing the Bluffs. And Jay goes, yeah, this guy's a pro. He's going to turn pro, get his card. The first hole at the Bluffs, he hits it left into the heavy stuff, into the rough, and he topped his second shot.
Jeez.
And I said, this guy's a pro? He just hit a shot worse than I did. And look what he ended up being.
Did he wind up restoring order and shooting like 3 under or something?
Yeah, after that, he didn't miss a shot all day, and I said, I guess I saw one bad shot. But
Well, they are human.
Seems like driving a car on a cart path of a professional golf tournament could be some sort of IQ question that some Warsman's wackos focused on this IQ test with his daughter, gluten-free perk, and little beer cats. I believe those are the participants.
Okay.
Chairman Kurt, what's the latest on this?
Still in a little holding pattern.
Okay. So nothing really got done with it.
I'm gonna sync up the 4 competitors' schedules this weekend.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Or this week, and I think we're gonna go YouTube, StreamYard. We're gonna make it work.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right.
I know you like water sports.
Who is that? Is that gluten-free perk?
Yeah, that's perk.
And it's been gluten-free perk who's been the problem, but Chairman Kurt doesn't want to say it. That's my read. I'm just telling you that's my read.
F it, I'll say it. Yeah, she's been the hardest to work with.
No.
What's the issue?
I think she's just a woman about town, and it's hard to lock down a time. But I think
Too busy tweeting.
Yeah.
I'll do it without her. She was like an afterthought anyway.
Well, you could if they don't cooperate.
We'll see if the YouTube thing opens her up a little bit, and if we got to drop her, we got to drop her.
Perk could be out, Doug.
Yeah, at a certain point, you gotta just
This
plow
IQ
on.
test waits for no man or woman.
It shouldn't.
And then see what it's doing. See if there's been any activity on the Twitter tweets. She
could have picked up a few more.
She's got a
followers.
picture. She's got a few pictures. She's up to 20,100. That's huge. Once you get to 20,000 followers, I think everybody's a millionaire,
Sure,
multi-millionaire.
yeah, at least 1 million.
She's got pictures. Imagine being gluten-free Perk's right-hand man / date / lover / girlfriend / wife, but having 1/4 the ass she has.
No.
Okay, gaslight girl boss gatekeep.
Who posted that?
Shannon, and her handle is #nuts_nuts.
Donald, would you quit asking me out, ready?
Which crap are we talking about? There's a lot to choose from.
No nuts.
We're sitting here again talking about the same things.
We are.
Where did the southern accent go?
Yeah, what happened?
He sounded like he was like
He's back to being from Southie.
nervous caller on Francesa. That's what he sounds like. I'm nervous. Him and Norvell both.
Hey, Tim, keep your head up. You'll qualify for sure. You've battled through that slap tear, and you've got a good head on your shoulders. You're the best. Thanks. That's from Big Tuft. I guess. I don't know. You think there are a lot of, 3 handicaps playing professional golf?
No.
Not enough.
Probably none. There's probably some who did play professional golf.
And they just gave it up or got deep into the bottle or the horse.
Or they're late 70s, 80 years old now.
Now they're
hanging
3.
in there. Yeah.
Some of the questions these PGA players get after rounds, or even on Tuesdays before, after Scheffler's round Sunday, somebody asked him why he shanked it.
What happened on that shot out of the bunker?
I shanked it.
Why did you shake it?
So there's the club, there's the straight part of the face, and then over here is the hosel. And on that one specifically, I caught too much of that part of the face. And that's why I went to the right. So it's shaped kind of, a little curve. And then, so if I hit the straight part, it's going to go that way,
I
straight.
get that.
And then if I hit this part, it's going to come, towards you.
I know the season. Thank you.
I know the season?
Gosh.
That made
He wanted to make sure he said thank you for that after the fact. So he kept it in there.
And then somebody asked Justin Thomas, do pros have handicaps? If you were playing another pro, like in a Tuesday practice round, is there anybody you'd ask for strokes from? He said, no. He said, you think I'd ask Scotty Scheffler, how about a shot aside? He goes, that's stupid.
Scheffler plays a +7 when he plays with his buddies.
Oh, does he?
But I was thinking about that. So if we were playing where I play regularly, and I think I'm a course 5, that means I would be playing him straight up for 6 holes, and I'd just be dead.
Yeah,
I'm
chance.
DOA. Yeah. So even though he's giving me 12 shots, and he's going to birdie probably 3/4 of those. So I got a par just to have the hole, and then when we're going heads up, I'm like, yeah, I got no chance.
I guess the only chance is to push on the par 3 where you both end up getting pars.
Well, what chance would you have against anybody who's the best in the world at their sport? In that sport?
Well,
if I play Jordan, I don't know. I think I win 1 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
I guess.
Don't sell yourself short.
Don't let Tim get the ball first.
Yeah, exactly. Just let me get on a heater.
Make it take it. Well, next thing you know, there's a new king in town.
Did you hear the audio from a Tennessee podcast where the wife scolded her husband for calling into a show? Seems like that goes on in this program. Mayor Don. Was that Rondo? Is Rondo married now?
No. There's so much audio from this weekend. It was tough to keep it all straight. Anytime you got SEC teams losing, audio just follows.
This wasn't a good week. I bet a lot of Missouri fans probably were pleasuring themselves to Blake Baker losing. It's not a good thing, especially when 10-2, you could be in a spot.
Especially A&M. Well, that one.
A&M, I was big time pulling for, which was weird, as a kind of Notre Dame being my second team.
I just got the impression there that Missouri should beat this team. Missouri should beat
Texas
Texas A&M.
on week 1.
Their defense was impressive, I thought. Notre Dame wasn't really moving the football until Riley Leonard started running.
Yeah.
But God, yeah, offensively, I don't know on that.
Yeah.
Weigman didn't.
But I do share your opinion. I share your opinion on that. I mean, I thought Boston College, and I realized 1 loss, but I thought Boston College was more impressive. And so much of what I watch when I try to nerd out on this crap is the line play, which was why the Missouri game against Georgia last year was so startling from a Missouri fan standpoint, because I'm like, holy crap, they're moving Georgia around. What in God's name is this? They really, I think, were one of the best teams in the country last year. Truly one of the top 4 best teams in the country. I really believe Missouri was last year. Boston College last night was moving the football on the ground at will in Tallahassee. And that's a little scary.
Yeah. I think it's a great thing, though, that Boston College is.
I agree. It's good for Missouri if they can wind up being good this year. And the best thing about that is there's no way that they overlook them now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yep.
And the fan base, I'm sure that thing will be sold out. People will be fired up for it.
I think it's already sold out.
I do think game day's in play. I'm not saying I think it's likely. I just think it's in play. Boston College, if they can beat Duquesne this weekend, Doug.
Right.
Here we go.
No slip-ups. But, yeah, I think it's great. And I think Vanderbilt being good, too. I mean, how much do you know from one game? But they beat VT, who brought back a ton of returning players.
Virginia Tech was kind of a trendy ACC pick this year, Doug. You had them in your college football playoff.
I scratched them off there right at the end.
And they had a full student section, too. They had to stop.
Vanderbilt did?
Oh, yeah.
Is that stadium done? They had cranes holding up a scoreboard.
Yeah, they have completed, so players aren't changing on the field like it's Matthews-Dickey.
Todd.
Yeah.
Well, they're building so much in Nashville. They probably have a hard time getting the help. Probably have a hard time getting construction crews out there.
Well, usually you do construction in the off-season, not necessarily during. But I guess some schools actually do it during the season.
I don't know if it'd be easier or harder to get a construction crew in a city where they're building nonstop.
You just bring them from out of town.
Well, they can't bring the equipment from out of town, I wouldn't think.
I'm sure it's prioritized on who pays the most.
Probably win the contract.
Well, they won a game.
Yeah.
They did, a game that I don't think... Do you know what the number was on that? I know Boston College was getting 16 last night, and I really, really liked Boston College. Don't get me wrong, I get plenty wrong. This isn't a... But again, you know how we make our plays early in seasons is returning players, and that's why I was high on Boston College.
VT was the same way.
That's the thing.
I think they were double-digit dogs.
Who was?
I thought Vandy was.
I was about to say, if Virginia Tech was a double-digit dog, my God, there need to be an investigation.
Only double-digit favorite to lose outright. They were a double-digit favorite going into that game.
Virginia Tech was. Well, Florida State was a double-digit favorite. They were 16 points. So, but that might have been through Sunday, perhaps.
Right. Yeah, that was tweeted out 2 days ago.
LSU was given 4 to USC.
Yep. Yeah, and then Notre Dame was
getting or given 3, one or the other.
Getting 3.5.
Notre Dame's schedule was Virginia Tech minus 12.5. Thank you to Craig O'Neill, my former coworker in Little Rock. Notre Dame's schedule. Wow. They have nothing this year unless USC turns out to be great. They got Georgia Tech. I don't know if they play Clemson or not, but I don't know if that really matters anymore. When we talk about Clemson, we might be more talking about 7 years ago than we are what they are.
But if you're Notre Dame, also, there is minimal incentive to have a super tough schedule because you can't get one of the 4 byes. You have no choice.
Right, so you go larging and go 11-1 and get in.
But even if they go 11-1 with a crummy schedule, I think they would have a.
I agree, but the issue for Missouri is if A&M winds up being garbage and another one of these teams that we're high on winds up being garbage. I don't know.
Yeah. But Auburn looked okay. Vandy looked okay. I mean,
who'd Auburn play?
Auburn, they smoked.
Doug, who did Auburn?
I don't know. They smoked.
They smoked Alabama A&M.
That's who it was. Alabama A&M.
To the tune of 73-3. Even Mizzou could have won 100-0.
I think Auburn plays Cal this weekend.
Yep.
Cal May. All right, let's do the design, air, heating, and cooling. New attitude, new format, because I don't have to start my email today talking about how amazing Tim is. His performance this morning did that for me. You see, I let a lot of people down last Friday, and I caught hell for it all weekend. I went to have breakfast with my mom at Delmar Gardens on Saturday, and it was beautiful. Or so I thought. I saw my coffee drinking buddy James, and he looked at me with a disgusted face. You should have went with a Butchie email, ass. Then Sunday at the family get-together, my Aunt Martha told me I'd embarrassed her with all of her bingo friends. Same thing. You should have went with a Butchie email, ass.
No.
Well, I had just about had it. Guess what, Aunt Martha? I've got a Butchie story for you. Remember that camping trip I went on with your husband, Uncle Ralph? And remember how he said he had that black guy from a lure hitting him in the eye? That was a lie. When we got out of our tents, Uncle Ralph had conveniently forgotten his tent. Looks like I'm bunking with you, Butchie. I didn't think much of it until I could see their silhouettes from the light of the Coleman lamp. Next thing I hear is, I want you to taste me, Butchie.
Oh, come on, Butch.
I look over and there's Butchie on his knees bobbing Ralph's knob. It was over pretty quick, so I thought I would finally get some sleep. Nope. All of a sudden, Butchie entered physically drained Ralph's booty butt with a couple fingers.
Oh.
Then returned the gherkin slurping favor. But Ralph wasn't ready for Butchie's Lum's restaurant-sized hot dog and violently gagged and spit the thing out.
Okay.
Irishman reference.
Resulting in Butchie damn near putting his eye out with his turkey spit. That's some Tay, then the middle name is Ken, and the last name is Meat.
K-10 Miat.
I think Aunt Martha's Beaver and Wally's aunt.
Doug?
I think so. I think that's correct.
Saturday night, date night, you take the missus somewhere nice in hopes of getting lucky, but you overeat at dinner. About the time you're paying the bill, you feel the old tummy rumbling. No big deal. You'll be home in 15 minutes to evacuate the contents of your lower intestine. As you're driving home, your wife surprises you with the unforeseen swing by Target so I can grab something real quick. But it's never quick once the old ball and chain starts browsing. You hang back a bit and crop dust the sporting goods aisle as you pretend to look for a new golf glove. Sweat forms on your forehead as you're absolutely fighting for your life. You briefly contemplate dropping off a steamy load in the public restroom, but that's a gamble you're not ready to take since the scratchy TP feels like sandpaper on your inflamed hemorrhoids. Then you hear your wife say those three dreaded words, "Did you fart?"
Oh.
There goes my chance at getting lucky tonight. Nothing ruins the mood faster than when your engorged colon releases something fouler than a Los Only Boys album.
Oh.
You deny the odor, but let's be honest, if she has to ask, she already knows the answer to the question. I just didn't have the balls to admit to the love of my life that I'm clenching my dirt knot with every fiber of my being as I fight a losing battle to keep the girthy mud pie inside my body. The JV golf coach.
Didn't need any of that. JV golf coach, Vile.
Fall time is here. Couldn't watch much sports ball this weekend as I spent Saturday driving to Chicago to see Pearl Jam at Wrigley. And by the time I got home, I found ESPN was blacked out from DirecTV. Fortunately or unfortunately, I was able to follow the WNBA via Iggy's Twitter and Facebook posts, while I got my college football updates via my road tripping partner in crime, who immediately started live betting various college football games as soon as we got into Illinois. He also bet several individual points of U.S. Open tennis, always betting on the guy serving, risking $100 to win less than 50. I asked, "Do you ever bet on the guys who are good at returning serves?" To which he replied, "I don't know who any of these guys are." Gambling problem or not, he managed to hit 18 of his 21 wagers, in part thanks to a meaningless field goal that Oklahoma State kicked with a minute left to extend their lead to 24. We spotted Brett Hall in the wild at Wrigley just before Pearl Jam took the stage. He was with his wife and chatting with the people seated in front of us, so we left him alone. In hindsight, I blew a golden opportunity to ask Cully whether his nipples have holes. Pearl Jam opened with Garden, followed by Porch in the 2 slot instead of its usual place as the main set closer. Any worries that they'd shot their wad early were put to rest as the main set concluded with a killer rendition of Better Man, followed by Rearview Mirror. They played multiple songs featured in the Chicago-based FX series The Bear, as Save It for Later was tagged on the end of Better Man while Eddie covered Throw Your Arms Around Me in the encore.
Mm-hmm.
Great show. Great show. My only regret is that I forgot to scope out Wrigley's urinal trough scene. I said down the throat, not up the butt. That's from Buck Swope.
Gosh, come on,
This is
Buck.
the
You're better
diaries
than
of
that.
people's lives.
Buck Swope with a fair little email this morning.
Just a weekend rack-up.
And that's what we have for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. Doug, who gets to take the lead in the month of September?
And some tickets.
God,
Yeah, some tickets on the line. Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, Bob Dylan.
that was a weak group, I thought. Because of that, I'll go with KT Miat, the first one. Kevin Miller.
I almost don't want to vote. I mean,
Cast a vote.
another BM, another Butchie, and a look at me, I'm cool. Here's what happened at Pearl Jam.
Do you think that's what that email was
The
about?
whole email was about that.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm cool. That's what Buck Swope's doing?
I'm going to go with Kevin Miller.
Oh, okay.
Kevin Miller takes the lead.
Congratulations.
That's going to be tough to catch him.
Well, there's a long one still ahead.
Yeah, that's the last one we do, yeah.
Congratulations to Kevin Miller. You have won the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. Hey, transform your story at the Illinois Recovery Center. Illinois Recovery Center, the team believes in the strength of every individual's journey to recovery. Whether you're taking the first step or continuing your path, the IRC's dedicated team is here to support you. Discover the path to lasting recovery and renewal at the Illinois Recovery Center, where compassionate support meets personalized care for your unique journey. Go to IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com or call 888-472-9559. It's IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. Jackson and I are going to go down the hallway. It's going to be fine.
You'll get through it, I think.
Balloon party coming up, so switch your YouTube channel or you're streaming to 101 ESPN. And I don't know, maybe I see our sales meeting got canceled.
Yeah.
See that? Mm-hmm. Maybe we QFTA it today. I don't know.
Cool by me.
All right, fair enough. So that could be coming your way at 11:15 on the TME YouTube channel. All right, time to go for Jackson, Bennett, Burkett, Chairman Kurt, Kenneth Iggy Strode, my brother Kevin, Douglas Sylvan, Vaughn, and Tim McCurdy. This has been TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
Stupiracy, the podcast where stupidity meets history and conspiracy.
I'm really confused. What are we doing?
With hosts Scott Rizzuto and Tim McKernan.
It's time to learn the truth.
Check out the latest episode, available now. As Riz and Tim dive into the enduring conspiracy theory that Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll,